I just sound like a dying cat when I try it.
That might be mine.
Imagine Cad's stream just gets taken over by Murlocs the entire time.
Cat all of a sudden just is
He just
Murloc.
he just converts himself into a Murloc and then just
Murloc tuber.
gargles the entire stream.
Gargles on the marbles.
Halloween stream idea.
Honestly, dress him up as a Murloc and then have him stream.
Oh God.
Bob.
Mine's muted.
No, you can say it. I ain't talking right now.
Why?
No, he's bleeding through mics.
Too dangerous.
Who is Drew? Is it me?
Who is it?
Is it
Speak
me?
up.
Say it. Say it. Accept your punishment.
All right.
Is it
So
me?
what I do is just break out in the song, and we'll find it out.
What?
What?
I blame Bob.
Probably my fault.
They're hiding. Show yourself.
It's Neo.
The me.
It's Mario.
Mario.
Mario of the Mario.
Oh, we've been over this.
Mario.
Mario's last name, or Mario's surname, is actually Itsumi. He's Japanese.
Yeah, but what if we have a stream
I
where
hate this.
What if you have a stream where everything we communicate is only one word and we can only say the one word, otherwise you get kicked from the call?
Democracy.
If it's the Merlick one, I'm. Mass Effect Andromeda? I was the last one to talk, so maybe it was. Let me try talking really loudly, like a pitch thing. Did it work? No.
Voices. Head.
Narrows it down to me. Headset.
Very interesting.
That's weird. Bye.
Hello there. How's it going, guys? God, what was the art piece that we used last time? It was MHX. But what did I do with that art piece? Let me cheat and steal chat. Because I appear to have misplaced it. Okay. Tweet is live. Do me a favor, chat. Go give it some love. Had lost an MHX art piece. Not lost, like I could find it if I have the time. It's just faster to actually just grab it from chat at that point if I've closed the tab. Ugh. Okay, let me grab today's art piece for you guys. It's an oldie but a goodie as well. Now, chat, I'm going to go ahead and confess to you, I have not looked very much at Andromeda, so you guys are going to be getting a very raw review on this one. But I have all the data that I need to actually like come up with a good analysis here, so we're going to like probably when it gets time to actually review her for you guys here on stream, I'm going to just like take a minute and study real fast, because usually that's all I need. It's kind of wild to say this, but I've looked at so many units over the years at this point that it's pretty quick and easy for me to actually see what's going on. Okay, I also spilled some Sour Patch Kids on my desk, so there's like the Sour Patch dust everywhere, which is fantastically good, but I don't want ants, so you hear me like swiping my table, that's what it's doing. Okay. Oh, you know, it might help if I opened OBS on my computer. Sorry, I did have a power outage today, so like everything got rebooted. I had a ton of Windows updates, so if something is not working properly, apologies in advance for that. Okay. Should be good now. Okay. Hello, everybody. Here is today, and of course that's not working. So here is today's art piece. Enjoy. Go give the artist some love. Let me fix Doge Cam here real fast. You guys can see right there, right? Like that shit's as big as my freaking table is, basically. I want everyone to understand just how big the cage is, and there you go. Actually, Sasha's giving you a nice example of how she could just get up, shake around, turn around in the cage. So, like, again, I know sometimes people are like, "Oh, isn't the cage really small?" I'm like, "No, it's an optical illusion. It is not small." That's working as well. Okay. Alrighty. Good evening to everybody. Sorry, like I said, today was a really busy day for me. I basically had to get a bunch of returns done. I actually got my 2022 return done today, my own personal one. The reason why is because the deadline coming up tomorrow for us in Florida is a extended hurricane deadline for everyone's personal returns from the prior year. So right now, everybody's doing their 2023 returns. I just got done with my 2022 return. And everybody else in Florida is kind of in the same set of circumstances. So obviously people can already have their return done prior to this, but this is why like this tax season is just so nasty this time around. It's because we essentially have a carryover deadline from the prior year that's kicking everyone's butt. So okay, but again, I hope everyone's doing good today. I like I said, I did not get to really look too much into any of this. I did like come in here and do stuff. Guys, just a bit of a PSA here. You have 3 hours remaining on NA. Get your shit done. There's still time. If you guys are shy of the shop or the ladder, you guys still can pop apples if you need to. I will warn you, you do have a lotto coming up. Not this next event, but the event after that. So that will be a thing, probably late March. You're going to be looking at that. That being said, again, it's probably worth it to like try and get your hands on the crystallized lures and stuff. They're kind of impossible to get otherwise. It's usually either from events or from like rare prisms and stuff like that. So I highly recommend getting everything that you can. So it's up to you. If you're really far behind, you want to do the bare minimum, that's okay. But if you're like anywhere even remotely close to being, done, I recommend doing whatever you need to like finish up here in the last 3 hours. So still got 99 gapples. Saber Arc, thank you for the prime. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, can we get some love for our newest sub? And thank you to Lulu Hawa Lifeguard that followed me yesterday. Chat, we are getting close to the 10,000 followers, which is wild because that was a day that I never thought I'd see come, but it's actually in sight now at this point, so I'm going to be happy if we can hit it. What's your opinion on the White Day pre-campaign being twice as long as JP's one 2 years ago? What? Are you talking about the current one on JP is twice as long as the one that they had 2 years ago? Like, I have no issue with pre-campaigns being long because that probably just means that they lap into the actual event. No, the NA one now? Okay, yeah. Like I said, I still have no issue with that. Obviously if it's like done too far in advance, that's a concern, but for something like that, no, I don't think that's a problem. I think pre-campaigns are perfectly fine for that. Chances dev make us wait till March for CBC in the event. I don't know. Like I at this point, if it's in March, it's in March, right? Like I don't care either way. If that sounds weird, right? Like, and I already told you guys, expect some dead time. This is the year where like stuff kind of begins to get to that point. Sorry, chat. I think there's like a hair or something. Okay. Lux sacked yesterday. Nice. Time to commit to JP. Hey, I've already said this once. I'll say it again that basically nobody should feel obligated to play both servers. I think this game is enough work already, even for just the one server. So basically trying to like tell people that like, oh, now's the time. It doesn't matter. Cat is disgusted with chat? No. I mean, no more than normal, right? But again, hello, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day to all of you. To all of my, people that chose to stay in. If you're watching me tonight, I appreciate it. Even if you're like, a couple or anything like that. And obviously at the same time, everyone says it's Singles Awareness Day and stuff like that. I don't really ascribe to that. I'm just going to say that, like, to all you single people out there, I hope you find someone, right? Like myself included. It's to me, Valentine's Day shouldn't be a day about moping about the fact that you're single. It should be about celebrating love and stuff like that. So it's just, instead, think maybe about like what you can do to try and better yourself or find a, potential significant other or something like that. So don't get too down on yourself, basically. How bad are the dead weeks for this year in NA? It really depends. It depends on how they manage the schedule. But this was the start of like JP getting pretty dead. And realistically, it's funny because when JP went through this year that NA is currently going through, at the end of the year, I remember talking with Trubs and kind of being disgusted about just how much they had sandbagged the year. And then we got to the next year, which was last year, basically, for JP, which was 2023. 2023 was the historically worst year that FGO has ever had for content pacing. So, like, I could not believe, but they somehow did worse in 2023. So hopefully 2024 is better for JP. That's at this point all we can pretty much just like hope for. But yeah, it was not good. There's going to be plenty of dead time. Even if NA does some stuff to spread it out, there's only so much they can actually rob from the future. So. Do you like All of Us Are Dead? Yeah, I think it's actually pretty good. We were watching it yesterday. For those of you guys that are unaware, I got to get some stuff taken care of on the side. It was nice to have a day off. I know everyone like is thinking like, oh, Cad's taking more days off. He's getting burnt out or something like that. I'm like, please understand, I'm not getting burnt out with like FGO. I'm getting burnt out on like life. Like it has nothing to do with like what I'm doing on stream. So much as like I need times to actually be able to like handle stuff going on in my life. I would say so far JP this year has been better, just because they had an event in January. I mean, yes, like I can give them credit where credit's due, chickens, but like I'm also not gonna like say like, oh my god, they're doing so much better. It's still early in the year, right? Like we'll kind of have an idea in a couple months about how their content pacing has been. Because again, like at any point they can misstep anyways. But House of Ninjas tomorrow. Oh, good. Yeah, that'll be nice to have something to like watch. Because one of the ways I've managed to stay sane at work is I've just actually been watching TV shows at work. I have watched the entirety of the Clone Wars at work in the past like month or two here, and it was pretty good. Like obviously I'm a Star Wars fan. I'm gonna say to anyone that's not like the biggest Star Wars fan, if you really want to know why the Clone Wars is good, start at like season 6. Season 6 is where like they start tying all the plot points together, and like you only need to know a couple of plot points that existed before that, and any fan of the show could tell you that. But like season 6, season 7, it's really good for that. Prior to that point, like it's not that it was bad, it just was kind of like Monster of the Week, Saturday morning cartoon kid show type deal. So like you're just like very much going through the paces, yada yada yada. So it's like if you're a fan of Star Wars, it's fine to watch. It's fine as like just, you know, passive entertainment almost, if you will, but it's nothing particularly gripping, at least not until the last couple seasons. First episode of Ninja Kamui is out on Adult Swim. Highly recommend. Is it a cultured show? The war crime seasons? It's just where like shit hits the fan and it gets real, right? I started watching The Bad Batch today. I'm still in the first season, so I'm at least enjoying getting to catch up on like the animated shows that I never got to watch, like while I was like off at college and stuff like that. So, are you being watched? I mean, I would probably get like yelled at over stuff like that, but I can easily like I can easily like pull it off as long as people don't see me actually watching a show. I can do it, because the problem that I have is I usually have the need to multitask, and if I'm just sitting there doing boring ass shit like I was today, I have to have the ability to like occupy my brain. Transformed Ahsoka's opinion in the fandom from the scrappy to beloved canon character. Yeah, I mean, I actually, like, from watching it, there were a couple of things that I, like, disagreed with how they were handled, but largely it's good. Like, I've told people at VIP this, but my number one, and I don't think it's that much of a spoiler to even mention this, but my number one biggest issue with the Clone Wars is Darth Maul's alive. period. Like, that is the stupidest plot point ever. They kind of gloss it over. They never show you how he managed to survive, and he's just found and he's alive, and it's dumb. That being said, as long as you can set that aside, the story after that involving Darth Maul is really good. So like I'm okay with it. It's just one of those deals where it's like, yeah, I had to completely suspend my disbelief after that point. Ninja Kamui is John Wick but with ninjas. Oh, interesting. And what's it on? You said it's on Netflix or something? Am I enjoying Andromeda? I haven't gotten to use her yet. I like I said, chat, I have not even really got to take too good of a look at her, so we're going to take a look right before I actually analyze her. Ventress's character arc was awesome. I don't know like if there's more beyond like in Bad Batch or something like that, but I think my only issue with Ventress is that like I didn't see the conclusion to Ventress's arc. Like she's just kind of left in a like, I don't know, type situation. So hopefully I get to see more on that as of right now. What am I farming? This is just the bell node. For Andromeda's arts attack, she ties you up with chains and sits on you. It's pretty damn hot. Interesting. I'll need to see that. That might change my mind, because as of right now, chat, I'm not rolling for her. But this has more to do with me wanting to save on JP, not like me disliking the unit. I think she's definitely a very capable unit already, just from what I've seen. Or for normal people, he was mad as fuck. Yeah, but like straight up, the man fell down a pit while chopped in half. I don't care how much you channel the dark side, you're dead. Like that's it's 100% a story cop out, right? So like to me, they should have at least shown like somebody finding him or something like that, and like that would have been enough of a scene. It's just that they did not give you that scene, so it's kind of rough. I know we have the scene where like Luke gets his hand cut off and falls down the thing in Bespin City and Empire Strikes Back in the movies, but like I don't know, it's kind of meh to me. I didn't get the bug. First Black Grail, Duke of Flame, Barghest, and a Sith is decent enough compensation prize, I guess. Yeah, hey, at least you got something else, right? Like, that is going to be the issue always if you're not rolling the pity, is that, like, you just may not get the unit, and that sucks, but, like, at least try to, like, look on the bright side of things and assume that there will be another chance, and in his case, we know there is. So, further, why do Avalon chapters have so many arrows? Because they do. Dad probably senses the Saberface this year, so he must build up his reserves. Yeah, that plus like I absolutely assumed that that Beast Umu's coming back. To just put his torso on a droid to cut Shastas. Yeah, it very much struck me as like a weird sort of like cheesy homage to Dr. Loveless from the Wild Wild West movie, where like, oh, he's like half man, half spider, but in the worst way possible. Even knowing the explanation, I still think Maul's survival's nuts. Yeah, like I said, that's my only big issue with the show. There's a couple points of plot convenience in the show where, like, if a character had just spoken their mind, it would have prevented the entirety of everything that went down. And I think they never should have narratively put themselves in such a situation. But, like, aside from that, I think it still flowed pretty well, and I really liked it. We just had, like, 5 saber faces since Annie. You might not get one for a while. What do you mean 5 saber faces since Annie? We had one at Annie. We had another in summer. And that's it? I mean, I still think Takaru should count, but like, yeah, at least in their eyes it doesn't, which is stupid. I hate that movie. I love the Loveless character from the TV show. Yeah, a lot of people don't even realize that the Wild Wild West was a TV show before it was a movie. It was an old TV show, and it's actually pretty good. I've watched it with my parents before because they used to watch like TV Land. If any of you guys know that that channel, And they used to have a bunch of old shows on there. My parents used to love watching them. So whenever I'd be like over at their house, or like in the brief period of time where like after I came home from college, but I didn't have like a place of my own, like they would just put that stuff on and I would watch it. And it was pretty good. I basically ended up moving out shortly after though, so I didn't have that much time at the place. But I mean, they just had that stuff on repeat. Wild Wild West, sexist is all hell, but I love it. Who cares? Everything is sexist towards men already. So, like, I don't mind if there's some objectification of women at this point. I know that sounds awful, right? Like, and I'm not telling you to objectify women in real life when you meet them. Don't do that. That's stupid and it's just rude and mean. But, like, in a TV show, in a movie, in a video game, I don't care. It's fantasy. Like, it is what it is. And a little bit, it's one of those things, too, where, like, sex sells. We all know this. Everyone is objectified in movies. Exactly. It's like, how dare you put that woman in skimpy clothing? Meanwhile, the guy, sweat glistening down his six-pack abs in the background, is sitting there being like, yeah, how dare you objectify her? And it's like, where's my gender equality, Cosmo? Yeah. What would your reaction be if they released a B-star Toria before she's introduced in the story? I would have like no fucking idea how to handle that. Like I'd probably be happy, but also at the same time, I don't know. I'm in a weird spot right now with regards to Nasu and how he's treated Artoria over the past couple of years, particularly because he's fundamentally retconned stuff about some of the adjoining characters to her that have kind of changed how you're supposed to perceive Artoria within his own lore. So at that point, yeah, I kind of have some issues, but it is what it is. So it's like, I'm not sure I trust Nasu to do it right at this point, but we'll see. Women are not people, though. Listen, I hate to break it to you, pal, but it doesn't matter, right? Like, at the end of the day, if women aren't people, then men aren't either. I was so disappointed by the Get Smart movie, though, as they don't get the show, like, at all. Yeah, I do agree with that. Get Smart was always a, like, witty, like, spy comedy thriller type deal. Somehow missed the entire spy world of the setting was the absurd doofus setting. Yes. By the way, Kat, I was seeing inconclusive info on this. Do the White Day banners contain story locked 3 stars? Ooh, I actually don't know. I want to say yes, but it definitely depends. Like, if you're asking about the upcoming JP one, I have not looked at it. Well, actually, no, JP we don't have an announcement for yet, so it would have to be NA. NA, I believe so, but don't quote me on that. Like, I think that's going to be one of those where you might just have to wait until there's actual knowledge. Because, like, we should know based off of how it happened on JP, but if, like, sites like Fandom and stuff don't list it, it'll be difficult. How about Saber Lion as the Beast Saber face? I mean, yeah, I'm A-okay with, like, a joke character or something like that. I love the Adam West Batman. The Adam West Batman is the only true Batman. Don't let Batman fans trick you. Hearing the music on Twitch compared to the quiet ambience on YouTube is jarring. Yeah. It's the unfortunate side effect of streaming to YouTube, and I'm sorry for that, YouTube people, but, like, so we have song request on the Twitch side of things, so you guys get to hear music. But unfortunately, I, like, can't do anything about that. YouTube will literally, like, censor every single stream if I do. So it's just one of those deals where I have to, like, split the audio files and make it so that YouTube can't hear, unfortunately. How late am I? Very late. And yeah, don't worry about it, chat. We'll talk about Andromeda here in a minute. I'm just trying to get my AP down. What about the Batman animated series? Yeah, but still the original is Adam West. And to be fair, I know that, like, the comics and stuff existed before the TV show. I love it because while it was completely jokey in that regard, it just kind of worked. And you got to remember too, like back then, I think shows like that were not commonplace and they weren't really sure that they were going to have mass appeal. So they tried to like spruce them up some with comedy. Yeah, campy. That's definitely the right word for it. Story locked. I got red hair on Wednesday. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I couldn't actually remember whether or not they are. I know historically they have been, but like as to whether or not this particular one did, I don't remember. If I mentioned it in the video, though, then I would say that I was probably correct in the video. But these are things where it's like I'm flying so like moment to moment right now that I can't even remember what I put in a video. So that's definitely an issue. I never rolled CBC banner, so I wouldn't know. I've rolled CBC before. I've rolled for Arthur, so getting Betty is such a pain, and I want Saito. Yeah. I mean, just remember that there's like no guarantee that you get them, right? All right, there is NA. And yeah, chat, NA is just in holding pattern. Like, we got the announcement of the pre-campaign, but that's it. And the pre-campaign is from the 15th to the 29th. And yeah, it says, again, like, I'm not sure why people were quibbling over this, but it literally says right here, like, it's scheduled for release in early March of 2024. Okay, so we pretty much know. I do find it quite odd that there's like a gap here. Why there is, I don't know, chat. Like, I'm gonna say this. I don't know from the simple standpoint of I don't know why they rushed like early on and they got us like a week ahead to then put in like 2 weeks of dead time here. I will say this probably helps with the burnout that people are experiencing right now. That being said, I think the better solution is to just do the lotto and get it done with. Because the more that lotto hangs out in people's like minds, the more that sense of dread's going to be there. The second that lotto is done, chat, you're in the clear. You have like basically 7 to 8 months after that before you have to worry about another grind event. Like, I think the only thing in between that at any point is like there's some hunting quests. That's it. Like, there's no real like big concern about like grindy events or anything like that. So again, like, to me, they need to just get it over and done with. That way it's behind us and we don't have to deal with it. Because this has been a awful gauntlet of just back to back to back to back to back to back grindy events. Like, we've had here towards the end like 1 or 2 events breaking up that cadence, but like it's definitely been a long time coming. What's my favorite beast? You mean of the released beasts or the ones that we fight? Because like, if you're asking about the ones that we fight, I will just neglect to answer due to like story concerns, right? The first one was Lewis Wilson. Wait, really? There was one before Adam West? That's wild. I didn't know that if that was the case. The main problem this year is all the LB locked events. Yeah, and you say problem, right? Like, I see you put it in quotes and everything, but it's like, to me, that's not a problem. That's a very necessary thing that they have to do, because I want to be clear here, chat. Do y'all remember when we got LB5? Okay, particularly 5.2 on NA. The mantra on NA became, oh, you don't have to actually do 5 for years because it's not required. Not required until an event. that finally requires it years down the road. So that's why they had to do it. People were just taking the stance of, I don't have to do it. It's too difficult. Fuck this. And they just weren't completing story. We know this because the JP devs had to actually like start begging people basically to do it. So it became a little bit of a problem. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did I? I must have flip-flopped them. That's annoying. I'm gonna have to rebuild my comp here. Where's Bride? Down at the bottom. I think it was using Tamamo. With Black Grail. Where's my Black Grail? There it is. Think you need to be mash. And that gets us closer. Well, we'll leave it as is. We'll load out and then see. Give me a second here, chat. Boom. I think that's going to be that. That means there's 4 stars visible here. Okay. Wait, what am I missing here? Yeah, okay. There's the Khadroth one that I'm looking for. And then... Oh... Okay. Then we're just under. Can I actually fit a 4-star here with this setup? Survey says yes. Form of a saber face. Okay, there we go. At least I think this is how I did this. Pretty positive. Okay, sorry. Merlin or Proto Merlin? What's the question? Like, you got to give me more than that. Do you think Fluffy was a bigger pain in the butt than Demeter? Yes. Yes, I think if you pop command seals, you can get through Demeter. I think the problem for, and I'm not speaking for myself here, I'm speaking for basically people that, you know, had less developed accounts or were newer to the game. I think Fluffy's absolutely the hardest fight in the game for them. I think even if they pop like basically seals, there's no guarantee they make it through. And I think it basically came down to like popping seals, popping blue prisms and stuff like that to get through. So at that point, I think the only thing that you can consider to be more difficult is potentially some of the hardest fights in 7. that cannot be blue cubed. So, and that's really the only reason why you could consider them to be somewhat difficult, is if an account gets stuck on them, they cannot technically cheap their way through it. So, and I know why the devs did that. I think the devs will end up rescinding that after a time. But yeah, I think Fluffy is absolutely the harder fight. Which one I prefer? I mean, if you put a gun to my head, I'm gonna take the female one. But I don't know. It's not like I really like prefer one over the other in that sense. Like, it's definitely a thing of like both characters are highly important and actually somewhat different. But a lot of people, I don't think, really understand the nuance between them. Gabriel Iglesias confirmed to be the most dangerous enemy of Chaldea. Yes. How did you know? It has so much going on. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I was doing this with double Castoria, so let's see, because I actually have no idea whether or not I did enough here. What is your personal theory for who the Chaldean is? No comment. Like, Chad, I'm not gonna comment on anything that could lead to spoilers. Like, and the reason why is because I know JP has answers that we don't. Do you watch cutscenes during reruns? Absolutely not. There's no real point to it in my eyes. We can't talk about 6.5, LB7, or OC1. Yes, correct. Because like I said, the majority of this chat is NA only. So, well, there are JP people in here. I don't want to spoil them. There are fights in LB7 that if your account does not have the right servants, you'll be stuck there till you get the servants. No. It's not that you have to have a specific unit to get through any of them. It's you might need certain like classes. You might need a robust enough roster, but that's really all I'm gonna say on that. You'll see. Just take care of your account as best you can, and if you get stuck, you get stuck, but you'll only be stuck temporarily until you can figure out. Yeah, it's the general advice I can give you is just develop the rest of your account. Cat walking on ice then today? Yes. I read bugs. Wait, what do you mean bugs? Oh, for Helldivers later, yes. But I have to get to the point that I can actually do Helldivers, which right now we are trying to get done with my dailies here, and then we can go over Andromeda with you guys. Like I said, I'm not going to be rolling at the moment, but that's just because I both don't need Andromeda and wish to save. It is no statement on Andromeda herself. I have one or two characters I love and never level any other characters or their skills because I don't need them, and I just laugh, oh, you sweet summer child. Yeah, and that is like 100% the reason why they've done stuff that they've done. Like, they actually want you guys to level up your accounts. Waiting for you, Helldiver? Yeah, sure. Yeah, I don't know about that one, Arash. I'm pressing X to doubt on that. Not that I know that you can't like solo stuff. You can, but you definitely need more than that. On a side note, Cad, does today's artwork exist on Pixiv? No, it does not. We actually double checked because it's an old one from the archives, and I had Bob go look to see if it was in Zen's Pixiv, and it was not. Because normally I like to give you guys the Pixiv link, but it is what it is. A 10 unit account can work for a while. It can, but you'll definitely regret it. Darth Vader voice, no, yeah. I read Zitter, a funny, yeah. I know people like calling it whatever they want now. I hate to say this, but everybody and their brother I know still just calls it Twitter. Like, I don't think the rebranding was a success in that regard. People are just like saying whatever and just not doing it. Do you have a link to the new starting screen though? Yes, I linked that on Twitter earlier today. It's posted in Discord, both under announcements and under Aurelia art. The artists themselves. So I've worked with Omar before. Omar's a great dude, but Omar basically has a rule that he will not tweet out like any OCs or anything like that. So whenever I use Omar for a piece, I have to tweet it myself. So I am the source. As weird as that sounds. What's your favorite artwork in FGO? I'm a fan of the Summer, Final Ascension. My favorite artwork in FGO. That is a broad question. Man. I think if we make sure that we like leave craft essences out of it, Final Ascension artwork, it's definitely Lartoria's Final Ascension, and that shouldn't surprise anyone. And not Ruler, original Lartoria. I do like Rulers, but original Lartoria just has that like regal atmosphere that I love. 4080 Super for the Fate Stay Night visual novel English release. I'm gonna say that's a wee bit overkill, but hey, at least you're prepared. It still had the Twitter logo and the tab space. They fixed that in after months. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? I think stuff like that takes time, but I'm gonna say this: that regardless of what like anyone has said about Elon or Twitter and it like going to shit, I think he absolutely at this point has proven that Twitter was a bloated, rotting corpse of a company, because he fired like, what was it, like 70% of the staff, and the site still runs perfectly fine. Like, and I know people have a lot to say on that, and I'm not gonna like really get into like Elon himself or anything, but to me, that's my takeaway from it, is that they had 70% of the staff that were fundamentally like bloat and did not actually need to be there anymore to run the actual engine itself, which is like just wild to me. So pros and cons, yeah. I think it's like there's definitely some benefits to having probably more than the skeleton crew he does, but like it's still just wild to me that it went like that far, right? But now the website is absolutely flooded with bots. The website was absolutely flooded with bots before. Like, what? Moderation is needed. Yeah, I mean, like, don't get me wrong. They could probably do some stuff to combat that, right? But, like, no, if people are, like, somehow thinking that there weren't bots before and that they weren't rampant, it's more just now because of the changeover and because people got butthurt about Elon, people started looking into the bots more. Chat, I don't know if you guys remember this, but Elon actually balked and didn't want to buy Twitter because he found out how many bots were actually, like, the percentage of the users that they were trying to count. So he realized that it was an exorbitant amount and that he was being overcharged basically for it. And so it's one of those deals where it's like, yeah, I myself, from having used the platform, know how many bots there are and know how much the big people on Twitter were absolutely using them to boost their accounts. It was freaking wild before. And it's just that now it's more like out in the open and people realize this is what's going on. So, like, I don't think it has anything to do with, like, oh man, it's suddenly gotten way worse. I think it's just now people are aware of it. It probably has gotten worse. I just don't think it's, like, really that much worse than it used to be. Yep, but they weren't getting boosted by blue marks. No, they were boosting the blue marks is how it used to be. Like, you see 30-second unrelated bot posts under random videos. Yeah, that was also happening before. Now, I know the point y'all are trying to make, and I'm going to agree with you and say that it has gotten worse, but these things were already in place. Already. Like, and anyone denying that, chat, come on. You either weren't using the platform or you were willfully ignorant to it. Like, that's all I'm trying to say. This shit was already happening. AI chat being added to the bots isn't helping. Yeah, but I think that's something that's, like, kind of beyond their control, right? Like, that's just the advancement of AI and chat GPT in general. Yeah, but Arteril, the whole reason he balked and he stated this was because he found out how much of the percentage of users were actually just bots. They were trying to sell him based off the total number of users on the social media platform. And then he asked how many of them were bots, and they refused to give the answer. He did his due diligence, found out how much it probably was, and then said, nope. So he might have waived his legal due diligence, but he actually dug into it himself. But like I said, I'm not getting into Elon, and this is 100% the issue. People can't talk about this shit without I hate Elon. And that's the entire point I'm trying to make here, is about the platform itself and nothing to do with Elon. The fact of the matter remains, the platform itself functions still to this day and did not need that much, because all the people that got fired were not in moderation. They were not preventing the bots type deal. The fact of how we have so many is basically just a case of they have made it easier to get signed up and easier to pay for more of a premier access. And some people are doing it. My personal experience has definitely become worse on Twitter. I'd basically tell you that my personal experience is pretty much the same. Like, for every downside, there's an upside. For every upside, there's a downside. Like, things have changed, but it's pretty much stayed the shit-tacular experience that Twitter was, right? And that's where I'm saying, like, I don't think anybody trying to say, like, oh man, I can't use Twitter anymore. No, that's bullshit. Like, it's still the exact same in that regard. If people can't use it, it's because they're finding reasons themselves to get triggered about stuff. Problem is, Elon fired a lot of his FCC compliance team. I don't think that's a problem. I don't think that has anything to do with any of this. Like, chat, the FCC compliance just means that you're abiding by their laws and regulations. And as far as we can tell, Twitter does. Like FCC compliance chat is like actually making active disclosures about certain things and not putting like untoward stuff out there on the platform yourself. Twitter has always been a shithole, though, and that's because of the people in there. Yep. Thank you, Rain. That is 100% the point I am making. Like, Twitter has always been bad. People trying to deny that are just coping hard. And I'm sorry, Chad, I know you don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. Like, Twitter has always been a shit-infested hive. Always. From day one. Like, and I said this before, I'll say it again. If I were not a content creator, I would not be on Twitter and I would not subject myself to it. I think way back before I was a content creator, I signed up for Twitter, and the only reason I signed up for it was basically I think I had to go there to like sign up for something or get access to something for a video game one time. Like, it was literally like basically getting the codes or something for something. And that's all it was. That's all I had ever used it for. And I basically just didn't do anything else. It is FGO art, so I'll forgive it. Yeah, and that's what I've said before too. Like, a little bit, the Twitter experience is entirely what you make it. You can just straight up tell it, I don't want to see this shit. And you usually don't have to. Twitter will start to like recommend stuff to you, but you just keep telling it no, right? Like the second it tries to do too much. I've always felt like Twitter was a bunch of people on various sizes of soapboxes yelling past each other through megaphones. 100%. Twitter's been sued over compliance before. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? Like anything that that's required for stuff like that, like the thing about that is just like, oh, hey, you need to know what is necessary for compliance and make the change. You don't need an entire team probably to like stop you from running afoul of it necessarily. Like it's just like, oh, well, know what the FCC requires of us. That's it. Like it's not like you need a shit ton of lawyers in there, right? And that's all I'm trying to say is like, I want to be clear here, chat. This isn't just an issue with Twitter. This is an issue with like every major tech giant and companies in general. Bloat happens. Like, they've actually proven this, that over time. So, and I'm going to give you guys an example from an article that I read, that you can get a guy, like a singular guy that you contract and say, hey, make me a website. And he can make you that website. And it doesn't have to be the most amazing thing ever, like the craziest thing. In fact, no, I believe the example was not making a website. I believe it was literally just changing the banner on a website. Okay, so you can get the guy to like come up with a new banner and change it for you in a day. That's it. In a company, if you want to change the banner of your website, they've proven that the bigger the company, the more people the job takes and the longer it takes. Now, this is weird because you can definitely say like, oh, well, they might have a bigger website or something like that. And it's like, no, this is actually just like still one fucking setting on the website that, you know, projects across the entire website. So it is literally a case of people will basically, as like sit there, slack off in their job, complain that their job is too hard, say that they need help, get you to hire more people. Then because somebody else got hired to help them out, they then take it easy and use that as justification for slacking off. Then the next person complains, says they need help, says they're not getting help. And then basically you hire another person. And this just keeps going on over time. It's not a like immediate one-to-one, you like the person complains and you hire. It's just over time you end up hiring more and more people to do the same basic tasks. And it's kind of wild, right? Like there's definitely a stance of like, oh, hey, we need to hire more people because the actual activity and the jobs that we're doing is multiplying. But that's not what this theory is talking about. It's talking about more the fact of over time, you end up with this bloat in the company to have more people to do the same job, the exact same task, which is just wild, right? That's why everyone's working on AI. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's not just an issue with them, and the tech companies themselves are very, very bad with it. The workload does grow over time too. Yeah, no, and that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that the workload doesn't grow, especially as you get bigger companies, right? The workload absolutely grows. This is an issue with hiring practices and actual management and logistics. People don't understand how many actual people it takes to work a job. Because the management just goes like, shit, this isn't working. What do we do? How do we fix this? They go ask someone and they say, man, we need more bodies. Just hire someone else. That may not be the issue at all. The issue may just be that the employee is a fucking slacker. And in reality, you could just fire that employee and replace them with someone new that's not a slacker. And then instead of hiring 2 people to do one job, you just get rid of the bad apple. And you instead replace them with the one person that is efficient at doing their job. Now, that sounds heartless, because there's definitely a scenario where it's like, oh, well, maybe the company thinks they're not adequate, but the reality was they actually were adequate, and there were maybe extenuating circumstances getting in their way. Maybe somebody else is sandbagging them, and that's why they can't get their job done. Who knows? The issue with this is, though, that a lot of the time stuff gets lost in transition, or people just don't want to tell their boss, you name it, right? So it's really a hilarious issue to run into, but it's definitely a thing over time. And it's kind of wild because it's sort of like the concept of prescribed burning. This sounds really weird, but this is a thing that a lot of states do with their forests, where they go, okay, in order to prevent a massive forest fire, we are going to occasionally go through and burn some of the underbrush in a controlled manner so that it doesn't spiral out of control. Because fire is actually good for nature. It renews the soil, it renews the nutrients and stuff like that. So it's really, really good. But at the same time, you're stopping a bunch of dry brush from building up and making it so that you would have a massive spark and a massive fire. So it's the same sort of concept of occasionally you might need to go through this big, gigantic, bloated corporate tech giant and say, you know what? Maybe we need to get rid of some people just to basically shake things up. Now, here's the thing. I'm not justifying the massive fucking layoffs that have happened. We've actually talked about this before. A lot of people, I think, both get it and don't get it at the same time. A lot of the reason that these tech giants have been laying off people is because they've come out and said, well, we overhired everybody during COVID. And while that is technically true, I've actually read both articles and testimonials from people at this point that have basically said that, no, it's really not that. It's not a post-COVID reduction. COVID already happened. A lot of these people already came back to work. The companies were already having axed some people in prior years post-COVID and also transitioning. What a lot of this is sort of a tightening of belts. Companies are sitting there saying, hold on, we don't need all these employees now. We're going to basically sort of cut costs. Now, what's really weird here is a lot of these same companies are reporting basically record profits at this point, which is just wild to me. Because I've said this before too, I can understand getting rid, if you look at Activision and stuff like that and what they did, I can understand getting rid of basically people that were working on redundant things, right? So if you're working in Xbox buys Activision, they both come in, they both have the same department. Well, now that you're merged, you don't need that other Activision department anymore. So I can see getting rid of that, right? But basically we also find out they're not just scrapping departments, they're also just scrapping an entire game project. Why is that? Now, a lot can be said of like, well, maybe they just didn't think it was going to pan out. But I saw a video about this on YouTube from somebody that had collected a lot of the opinions of the Blizzard devs that got fired from that project. Apparently, by all accounts, the Blizzard survival game that they were coming up with was basically doing really well. It was very much on track. Everything was looking really good. And from people that had gotten to play test the game, they were actually really positive and optimistic about it. So why was the project axed? No one knows. That's kind of the problem. Like, they had workers on a project that seemingly was going to make them money. And all we can say is from this, we found out that basically they just decided that going forward, Blizzard was only going to focus on their existing IPs from now on. They were not going to make new IPs, which is like, okay, that's stupid. Why would you do that? Like, the video gaming industry is always changing. Well, there are like big brand name like IPs at this point that like Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, you name it, right? Like that people look forward to and routinely buy the games for. The industry itself is just almost always in a perpetual state of motion and change. Not coming up with new stuff is going to just mean you're very set in your ways, and you're going to kind of fall into the same pattern that Ubisoft's having right now, where their CEO had to come out and say, hey, you know what? We're going to start making good games again. Which is sort of like him just admitting that they're not making good games currently. So, anyways, you don't want to turn into that. So, like I said, to me, that's a flawed decision on their part. They maybe have reasons to make said decisions due to some of their past fuck-ups, but I think they need to instead turn inward and look at why those things were fuck-ups. Well, maybe it's us over-monetizing things and focusing on how to make the game make more money rather than the actual gameplay of the game. But regardless, the whole point is here, they seemingly just axed an entire project worth of people. And we see this going around in a lot of studios right now, in a lot of production companies within the gaming industry, where projects are just getting cut for whatever reason. And that's kind of the issue. And they say, like, oh, well, there's not the funding. Meanwhile, you're over here going, guys, look at our financials, record profits. It's like, no, that's stupid, right? Like, if you have the record profit at that point, turn around and reinvest some of it. Okay? And trust me, I understand. Won't someone think of the shareholders and we need to, throw out dividends and stuff like that? But I think in a weird way, it's better to take a bunch of that and reinvest it and say, look, hey, we just had a massive windfall from our super successful, plumbing-based platformer game that just came out and everybody loves it. Why don't we invest that into our new, open world survival gacha card simulator? And as we do all of that, then, that's also going to become a better game and turn out record profits. And we just keep that going. And so we can still pay some dividends, but we don't pay crazy insane dividends. And we keep raising the actual value of the company. But no, we don't do that. So that's kind of my issue at the current moment with this stuff. You could definitely get rid of some people that are bloat and extra. Getting rid of entire projects that are non-redundant is stupid. And it basically is like saying that you're not confident in your own company's capability going forward. If I am an investor and I see you cut an entire gaming project, I'm probably going damn, they suck. Sakai, thank you for the 35. Hope you're doing well. Anyways, in rant. It's like FGO, they're too poor to hire people. I don't think FGO is too poor. I think that's a funding issue as well. I think it's an issue of probably how much profit they make gets put into the production company and not into the actual game developer. And I do think that's partially what's going on. A lot of money's going back to corporate, not getting down to the actual studio to allow them to produce the things that they need. Right? We show off Draco's V-Day scene on stream. I mean, I can try, but like, obviously it'd be in Japanese. Personnel scaling into FGO, yeah. The shit for brains people at the top of these companies see record profits and they say they just want more money in their pocket. Yeah, I mean, one of the things, and again, this was a IGN article of all things that I recently read, but it at least had decent, like I said, testimonials from people. So it was at least interesting to read that, like, one of the people said that basically, like, oh, our company is posting record profits, but they're laying people off. It doesn't make any sense. And then he himself conjectured of like, why is that we're getting laid off, but nobody on the corporate side of things is getting fired? He's like, why are you firing literally the talent and not like the people that mismanaged the talent? And I'm like, yup. Yup, that's a good fucking point. It's never the top end guys that take the haircut, ever. So it's like, I don't know how they're supposed to produce this record, profit AAA plus game when there's less and less of them to do more and more of a job. That's definitely that's they're up shit's creek without a paddle there. Basically corrupt and greedy assholes. Yep. It's an issue of investors preferring annual returns greater than half decade, and half decade is more than a decade earning, and so on. Yeah, I mean, I'll say this, right? Like, I can understand wanting like annual returns, so to speak. Okay, here's my issue with this, and I think this has been brought up many times before, especially with the gaming industry. In the gaming industry, everybody is so ridiculously short-sighted, like. Everything is year to year. Nobody thinks about, wait, what if we just like focused on the future? Because in a weird way, that is what the board is supposed to be. The board of directors for a company are stewards of the company. It is their job to take care of the company, not the investors, not short-term profits. Their goal is to guide the company in the best path forward to the future. And if all you're ever doing is focusing on the short term, you lose sight of the long term and you end up costing yourself. And that article talked about it. They said they had one dude from a tech company that was like basically working for what amounted to a crypto bro NFT like tech company, where their original focus had nothing to do with that. And basically the entire company went under because not once, but twice within 6 months, the CEO bet on NFTs and lost big. So he failed the first time and then went, well, that wasn't a real attempt. I'm going to try it again. And pretty much the entire company went under. Which is like, what made you think it was going to work the second time? Yeah, literally the Goofy meme of, I'll fucking do it again. Yeah, everyone talks about the Nintendo CEO, how he basically, when they had the downturn at the beginning of like COVID and stuff like that, he just took the hit to his own salary. He said, nope. And his logic was basically that if you are firing people, that they're not going to be able to produce a AAA quality game. That is to say, if your employees have to look over their shoulder every single day about the thought that they might get, laid off or fired, that they're not going to be able to focus on making the best product they can. And he's like, this downturn is temporary. I'm going to take the cut myself so that you guys can stay on. And look at that. Coming out the back of it, we got Xbox, we got PlayStation. They're fighting each other. Neither of them is releasing their exclusive titles. I saw a story today that's like, oh, PlayStation might not release an exclusive title until like, first quarter or second quarter of 2025. And then you've got Xbox going like, fuck man, we can't beat Sony. We're gonna focus on Game Pass now. And we're gonna like send everything over to Sony's console as well. We're giving up. They bet big and they both lost. Meanwhile, Nintendo's just like rolling along, just being like, hey guys, look at our another hit game. And here's another hit game. And here's another hit game. Like, they just keep doing it. Because they actually did the right thing. They didn't can everybody when they had the opportunity to. So they didn't suffer the same like weird ass like production delays that everybody else did. These companies need to learn they are nothing without their workers. Yeah, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, right? I think if you give too much power to the workers, it results in the equal and oppositely horrible scenario of like nothing ever gets done, right? But to a same degree, yeah, like I do think at this point the companies need like a big wake up call, and I don't know how many times we can show them that, right? Like you look at like Larian and stuff like that. You look at like Nintendo. And you see FromSoft out there as well. And you see how these companies are managing to still just sit there and just churn out hit after hit after hit after hit after hit. And it just keeps making money and raking in the dough. And then everyone else goes like, I want to be like that. But then they take like the shortest, scummiest route to trying and doing it. And not like realizing the steps for success. I can actually go ahead and turn this on myself and say, I think for years in the FGO directory, people watched me. People assumed that one of the secrets to my success was that I did account review. And a lot of people tried to copy that. They tried to go, I'm going to do account review as well. But they didn't do that. They did shitty ass support reviews. And it basically turned into this like gimmick that every other streamer out there was doing at a certain point. And it was worthless. Support review did nothing. It just told these units, or it told these people like, oh, hey, these are your like 10 best units. Cool. They're good. That's it. Like it did nothing for people compared to actually going the extra mile and doing full blown account review. Oh my God, that actually helped people. It gave them stuff to work on into the future and let them realize where the deficiencies of their account actually were. So like I said, a lot of people looked at that and they assumed that they could take the short, easy path, and it never worked. It never worked. It was always one of those things where it's like the reason nobody really does account reviews is because of how long and how much effort it takes. It takes a lot out of you to invest in that and do a lot of those account reviews at a time. And that's basically why everyone tried to take the cheap route, and it didn't work. And that's kind of where I'm at this point, is because interestingly enough, all those people doing that cheapened it for me. I had people come in and just go, why don't you just do, support review and stuff like that? And I'm like, what? So it is what it is. Millions ask how high when Nintendo says jump. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, right? Like, I'm not going to say Nintendo's a perfect company either, but in this set of circumstances, I think Nintendo handled it the correct way, right? Nintendo's evil in its own ways. Each one of these companies has their own problem, and none of them are perfect, so. Support reviews, nothing but a flex. Yeah, I kind of agree, right? So that's why I always had that opinion. Like I said, back when I started, there was nobody doing anything like that. The whole reason I did it is because I had people asking and there was a legitimate need for it. I like I said, I think people looked at me and they're like, that's the secret to CAD's success. And they tried to like cheapen it. And the reality was that was not why I was successful in the slightest. Like, I was successful because I was consistent, because I usually responded to the community demands, and because I actually covered things that the community needed to know. Like, that was it. That's the only reason I've ever been successful streaming this game. I remember correctly, the last reviews on YouTube, right? Yeah, I basically stopped doing them, chat, because they actually do take a lot out of me at this point. And like I said, because it's been basically cheapened to the point that a lot of people don't value it anymore. I just said, like, you know what? I'm going to teach everybody how to review their own account. Put that on YouTube, so the video is out there, and there are examples because it's a long VOD. You guys can easily go through that and kind of self-analyze with it. But I just said I was just going to do that rather than trying to like sit there and keep doing the routine account reviews that just, you know, actually damaged my health. The beard makes me successful. I don't know about that, but I've definitely streamed without a beard. Play your old games available nowhere in emulator, have a $10 million lawsuit. Yeah, like I said, Nintendo's not perfect. Nintendo's really bad with copyright. But to be fair to Nintendo, at least with regards to copyright, you kind of have to be. If you want to preserve your copyright, you kind of have to be that guy. But add alter. Mm-hmm. Okay, chat. Let's talk Andromeda. I know that's why everyone's here. Let me take a quick look at the numbers here because I want to be sure of something. Okay, that's what I thought. Milk for cereal. Thank you for the 8 months. How you doing? Brandon thought about Sita. Wouldn't just making her an alter ego bypass the curse of separation as a new servant to the point that the curse of separation wouldn't even register? No. And like, don't get me wrong, right? Like, the only reason I say no is because you have an interesting theory. Maybe it entirely depends on whether or not Nasu wishes to allow it. So that's kind of the issue with these sorts of things. I'm willing to bet we can get that to that. Hmm. It's the charge is what I'm working on, chat. Okay. Pink Girl's technically spoilers, chat. Does Andromeda fit on the New Year Shadows? That I don't know. I haven't actually looked. Sorry, chat. I'm waiting on a number here. Ooh. So maybe like wave 1? Yeah, I know. Let me take a look. Hmm. Eh. Let me double check something here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know how I'm going to approach this. By the way, what did you use in the example here? Okay. By the way, Chad, I heard we got new CEs available. Let me see. Because I did not get to look at like any of this. Oh, actually, anti-evil. Ah, it's split. Of course it's split. Yeah, that would be a really good one. And then the frickin' redrop art is just glorious. This is a nice C. My only issue with this is always pairing overcharge up with NP gain up. And just to let chat see the Daijo booty. Can't see, never mind. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, just thinking of basically how to approach this. You're not gonna like me for this. I'm sorry, chat. Chat, what's the comma Valentine C? The comma Parvati Valentine C. What's the name of it? Because I always forget. Chocolate Heaven, thank you. Some odd reason I can never remember the name of this C. Very good one, though. Yeah. One of the good quick C's, yes. All right, let's get this party started here. So we're going to go into recording mode. Forgive me, chat. Y'all know the deal. Not a fan of chocolate. Hey, it happens. Hey guys, my name's Khadroth, and today we're going to be talking to you about JP's newest unit, Andromeda. Andromeda is a 5-star AoE quick rider. She is a limited unit coming out with this year's Valentines event, and obviously there's some interesting aspects to her kit. So, sparing you a long intro here, let's go ahead and dive right in. As you guys can see, she basically ends up having 10k attack. This is definitely not good in terms of an attack stat for a 5-star, but it is not the end of the world. I've talked about this numerous times in other videos for units that I've reviewed. Again, the attack stat is only a piece of the puzzle. It is not the entire puzzle. Just because a unit doesn't have a strong attack stat does not mean they are a bad unit. So again, all this really translates into a lot of the times is Well, a unit without their steroids on will probably perform worse if they don't have attack and better if they have a high attack. So really all it really determines, because again, a lot of units have a lot kind of encompassing their kit and actually determining what their final damage number is. You can see though, she does trade this off for a good 15k attack, so definitely really nice. But again, at the end of the day, it is going to be something to take in mind, because she is going to be a little bit more of a challenge-oriented unit. And I'm trying to hesitate when I say this, because I don't want to say that she's an entirely challenge-oriented unit. She can still be used in farming, but obviously there are going to be some considerations for that. You can see she is a Earth attributed unit, and she has star absorption of 204. She's higher than average for Riders, but again, Riders already are the highest in the game at basically 200 base. She does have 9% star generation, which is perfectly fine, and 0.62 NP charge rate here, which a little bit higher than average, but again, we're dealing with a quick unit here, so we kind of want all the natural NP gain that we can get in that regard. She's got the standard 3% NP charge defense whenever she takes an attack, but she's got a high death rate here at 40%, so definitely be careful if you're going to use her against assassins, but given the fact she's a rider, you shouldn't be doing that. She is lawful good in terms of her alignment and female gender. Her basic traits include Hominidae Servant, Humanoid Riding Servant, Seven Knights Servant, and weak to Anima Elish, and then in stage 3, she's also levitating. Her deck here is pretty interesting in regards to the fact that she's, you know, a little bit of a break from some of the quick units that we've had before. We've seen a long line of units that, especially nowadays with Summer Scotty, are basically double quick, double buster. This is usually meant to help them synergize with Summer Scotty, because she has a little bit of the extra buster crit there in her deck. Because again, it's meant to sort of help them be able to have more opportunities to be able to pull off one of those crits. In this case, we actually get double quick, double arts, which a lot of people would probably say like, oh, well, now she doesn't synergize as well. The issue here is simply that all it really matters with is with regards to the crit, and the trade-off here is in trading a buster card for an arts card, you're just getting more opportunities to NP gain instead, which actually may be to her benefit, so I'm not exactly broken up about the fact that she's got double arts instead of double buster. It's actually pretty good for her. I have a tendency to prefer arts in my decks because, again, at the end of everything, it's just basically the arts card that's going to power you towards getting to another NP as easily as possible. So to me, units that always have them, it tends to be stronger for them, at least for carding scenarios, being able to get back. You can see, though, the overall performance of the cards here with the hit counts. Definitely going to be solid. She basically ends up having average hit counts or above, with the extra attack and the arts card coming in at average, but then the quick card and the buster card being above. So really nice in that regard. It does mean she'll get some solid NP generation out of her cards. Her first skill here is basically a crit star bomb and then crit stars per turn. I actually really like these. We've seen it with Summer Scotty as well. It's always nice to have a unit that can basically not only give you stars per turn, but then also give you stars on demand. That's going to make it easier for them to secure crits. It's just going to make it a nicer thing because it's sort of an all-encompassing crit effect at that point, not only just in the turns over time, but also in the immediate turn that you probably need it for. This is also going to then reduce her own damage taken for 3 turns by up to 1,000 here. And again, it was 15 stars on both the bomb and the star region there. And then NP charge of up to 30%. You're going to want to lower this skill. And the reason why is because this is a quick unit, a quick looper at that. It is always difficult to try and get enough refund out of them. So you definitely want to lower this to just get as much brute force charge as you can. Again, this is all on a 6-turn cooldown, so at least not too long, but odds are in a quick system, you're probably not going to get back to it, at least not within a 3-turn cadence. Her second skill here is a self-taunt for 3 turns, which is definitely nice. This screams, hey, I'm a tank. Obviously, it's going to be really good for scenarios like challenge scenarios, so definitely a little bit more here in terms of challenge orientation rather than farming orientation. It's also going to grant herself a gut status for one time during those 3 turns, basically giving her up to 3,000 HP if you manage to lower the skill whenever she is down. And then again, she will also grant herself a buff on defense for 3 turns that whenever she takes an attack, will charge her own NP gauge and increase her own critical damage by 10% for 3 turns. So you actually want to take hits with her. That is to say, Andromeda is going to be really good at soaking the damage and then turning that around into more offense. She's going to be able to get up to 10% charge every single time she is hit. This is really, really solid for her in that regard. So definitely nice if you're looking at this more from a challenge perspective. And when we get to talking about the refund for her, I'll have more to say in this regard as well. You can see also then the stacking 10% crit here. Obviously, this could be a better amount. It's only 10% rather than something more. But I think the possibility of this sort of getting scaled a little bit out of control is definitely there over the course of 3 turns. That being said, I think this is probably at least the more like even tempered type of effect in her kit, where I think the devs looked at it and said, we don't want to make this too strong, but the reality is it's not that strong in the grand scheme of things. All of this on a 6-turn cooldown, so at least it's relatively low for a gut skill, and especially high uptime there with the 3-turn taunt. Her 3rd skill here will increase her own quick performance by 3 turns, and then arts performance by 3 turns, 30% each on both of those. It's definitely a nice dual steroid here, as this is going to work for both her double quick and double arts cards. This is going to encompass basically 80% of her card deck, obviously her NP as well. And then from there, it's going to further increase NP damage for 3 turns by 30%. This is going to be obviously nice just for damage output. But then when you start considering the possibility of combining her with someone like, say, Oberon, you definitely get that sort of multiplicative scalability there going on, as Oberon can double up any source of NP damage in her kit. All of this as well on a 6-turn cooldown. So really nice set of cooldowns across these skills, as keeping everything in that 6-turn cadence. Definitely recommend lowering that charge skill, but this is going to be the steroid that you're going to want to focus on for getting her the most damage output. Her passive skills here include riding a plus to increase her quick performance by 11%. This is going to help out the cards, but it's also going to help out her NP, so definitely nice in both the damage and refund departments here. And then magic resistance C for some just additional debuff resistance, as well as desire for hero C, which is a unique trait here, giving her the ability that whenever her guts pops, so it's not while it's active, it's while it's activated. Again, this is going to end up giving her 10% attack for 3 turns whenever it is popped. So at least a little bit of a nice extra little bit there. This does sort of include the possibilities of potentially Qin-gonging her and doing stuff like that. But that's probably going to be pretty hard to work with the current setup for quick supports, because obviously if you're doing something like that, it means you really want to focus on Andromeda and having her actually pump out damage and refund. So Quick just doesn't really have all the options necessary in terms of its supports to combine that with someone like Qin-gong without the use of something like Brute Force Charge with a K-scope or something like that. She does also have Skillful Swimmer B here, which is a unique passive as well. It's just going to charge her NP gauge by 5% whenever she's on a waterside battlefield. Definitely nice, something to pay attention to, as this is going to become a little bit of a game of numbers with regards to Andromeda's refund at times. So definitely, if you could take advantage of waterside battlefield, either by virtue of the node just having it, or by somebody setting the node to it, that would definitely be to your benefit. But again, that comes into the same consideration as trying to Qin-gong her would be. How do you get someone else into the comp that can change it while also benefiting her? There's definitely some options there, including the 3-star caster that has come out on JP that NA will be due for not too much longer now. And again, both of those options there could potentially work, but it is what it is. For her append skills here, we do actually have an anti-berserker append. Obviously, this is going to be somewhat lucrative for her, but I'm going to say that because this is a game of numbers, you guys need to go with the mana loading first, if at all possible. This is definitely going to be one that you're going to want to lure, just to give her that extra little bit of charge and potentially the possibility of being a Black Grail looper. So, definitely go with the mana loading first. Then, in my opinion, the anti-berserker append if you see her as more of a farmer, or the extra attack finesse if you see her as more of a challenge unit for you. It's really just going to depend on what scenario you find yourself in the most. But again, it's up to you as to whether or not you even wish to roll for Andromeda. She is a solid unit here, but definitely not a God of Have. Her Noble Phantasm is, as we said before, AoE quick. It is 6 hits, and at least in that regard, we have decent hit counts here. It's not like the 11 hit counts and stuff that we see on, say, Berserker Lancelot or anything like that, but it is still going to be a decent amount. She's going to deal damage to all enemies to start out with, then seal their skills for 1 turn, and then after that, increase her own defense by 50% for 1 turn. Interestingly enough, similar to Europa in that regard. So I have seen some comparisons basically today in that aspect, and I can't say they're entirely wrong. So at least the skill seal, you're going to be able to lock units down. If they don't have their NP, that means they're going to be hitting you. So having the defense up here for 50% definitely going to make her able to soak a little bit more. This also means that you can combine it with the taunt and the damage cut basically in her deck to allow her to just be able to soak even more damage before actually needing some interference by way of support in order to help keep her alive. Probably going to still be difficult to actually keep her up through a Noble Phantasm though, so just pay attention to that and be somewhat careful. Her overcharge effect will reduce all enemies' defense for 3 turns, activating first. This definitely screams a little bit more challenge because as it is a debuff that's getting applied, it cannot necessarily be carried between waves of enemies. But either way, it's still activating first, so it's always going to be on every NP you do unless the target resists it or is just immune. So definitely a feather in her cap to add to her damage, and it is a nice sizable one at 20% base here. Obviously, the scales up with ranks of overcharge. If you can get her some additional overcharge ranks, or put her later in a Noble Phantasm sequence, either one of those things should help her get to additional amounts, as it does scale all the way up to 40%. Still, though, I think that's going to be the concern, is it doesn't get transferred between waves, so as a result, she's going to naturally want to keep focus firing the same wave in order to get the most out of this effect. But definitely not something that you have to do, just the way to kind of min-max it, if you will. So that's basically Andromeda's whole kit there. Let's talk about her actual refund numbers. Now, basically, when we're talking Andromeda with just a normal double Summer Scotty setup, you're going to be looking at numbers of basically a base of 39% here. It can actually go lower, obviously, if you don't kill, but we're going to assume that you get the at least singular hit of overkill against 3 enemies here. That way, you know that you actually killed them. So as long as you kill them, you'll get at least 1 hit, and that's how we're going to arrive at this 39% number. This means that we can basically round this to 40%, as it should round up, so that's kind of what we're looking at for her base. That being said, this is against casters, which is what she's effective against, so at least you don't have to worry too much about that. That being said, just be careful if you try to use her against other classes, as that just means these refund numbers are going to go down, not up, as casters are the best refund-oriented enemy to hit. So riders have always had that advantage in that regard. In order to get her to something like 49% with just double Summer Scotty, you're going to be looking at basically 13 out of 18 hits possible of overkill. That is very difficult to do. You're kind of looking at killing with functionally the first 13 to 14% of Andromeda's NP. Not really easy to do in that regard. Maybe with an early wave, maybe with a Black Grail on, but otherwise be very, very, very careful about something like that. If we do include double Summer Scotty with another Scotty, the original Scotty, so basically triple Scotty at this point, you're looking at instead about 46% on the refund, maybe 47% if you rounded it up. Still not quite enough for 50% though, and that's at 3 hits of overkill out of a possible 18. So again, assuming 1 hit per enemy. If you manage to actually get to 6 hits of overkill, though, you would get to that nice even 50%. You might be able to squeeze by with 5 hits somehow, but again, just be very careful about that. So definitely looking at that would be your break point for kind of getting back to that exact even 50%. And so in that regard, it almost seems like Andromeda is somewhat designed around a triple Scotty setup. And that could be the case, as if you ran triple Scotty, you would be able to basically start her out with a 50% C and just kind of roll right through in that regard. But again, it just kind of depends on what you're up to. Now, with that in mind, just looking at only her self-buff damage numbers here, you guys can see this is sort of what Andromeda will look like at NP1. Basically, against a neutral enemy, only her own buffs. So don't assume that this is like some sort of crazy like number, crazy low amount. Talking about charge scenarios for her, we're going to have to talk about CEs. So we already talked about the possibility of Black Grail looping her. We already talked about the possibility of starting her out with a 50% C. So of those, kind of the easiest one that we can recommend at the current moment is going to be Holy Night Supper. This is actually available as a welfare craft essence at this point from the Mana Prism shop at this point on JP. So thankfully it has come back and you guys can purchase it as long as you have the Mana Prisms. This one is always going to be strong. Basically, it's all attack scaling, which means it's a good candidate for actually CE bombing and leveling up. If you need to know how to do that, check out my video on it. And certainly, it's going to have some nice effects here as it's 50% starting charge, 15% crit damage, and 15% NP damage. So it just doesn't really care what card type you are, and it will scale up properly with Oberon as the third support. Let's say you maybe found yourself in a scenario where, I don't know, maybe it's 2 caster enemies and a berserker or something where you just needed a little bit extra bit of refund in order to make it work. That's for something like Traces of Christmas. This is another old welfare CE from one of the Christmas lottos. This one is all attack scaling, and then again, it's going to be quick up and NP gen up. So giving you that extra little bit there to help out with refund in order to help kind of get the ball rolling. And then certainly, if you want to start talking about some of the hybrid CEs that have a lot of NP damage and card type up, Ocean Flyer makes a little bit of sense. And hear me out on this, because I know you're thinking, why are you recommending an Art CE with a quick unit? And the reason is because there are 2 variants of this CE that are very good. There's Ocean Flyer and there's Cranking. They both give 8% card type up, 15% NP damage, and 50% gauge while being all attack scaling. The issue with this is there's a third variant that is the quick variant, and it is not all attack scaling, so it's really not worth the investment in that regard. So in that regard, I went with Ocean Flyer over Cranking just because she has the double arts deck, but you could use Cranking as well if you wanted. But these are just sort of kind of supplemental to, other options like Holy Night Supper if you so choose. But again, there is also another option here for starting out from 0. Like we mentioned, obviously Black Grail and the likes of those things work, but if you manage to need a little bit more refund, but you still want to start from 0 and get a lot of firepower from it, you're looking at something like Chocolate Heaven. This is an old Valentines CE, ironically enough, and it is all attack scaling, quick up of 15% at MLB, NP damage of 15%, and NP gen of 20%, which again, quick units really like their NP gen as it just kind of helps them sort of catch back up to arts a little bit as much as they possibly can. Now, that's talking about your sort of options for starting out with in terms of CEs. And there's obviously even more than that, just kind of what I wanted to propose to you as an example. So basically, normally Andromeda's not going to really have enough to start out from 0. You might be able to find scenarios where you could skew it to your advantage somehow, particularly if the enemy has, or if the enemy wave has like more than 3 enemies. That's obviously going to work to her advantage. But against just say like triple casters with double Summer Scotty and like an Oberon, it's really difficult. You're probably going to need a 50% C in order to work out most of the time. You can find yourself in scenarios that would allow you to, start with Black Grail, but we're going to look at this first one right here with a level 100 Holy Night Supper. So you can see here's the assumptions. It's Andromeda, 2 times Summer Scotty, Oberon, Holy Night Supper maxed out, Neo Plug Suit maxed out. So definitely a nice setup here in terms of damage. And you can see the various waves over here, as well as the NP levels of Andromeda and how much damage you can expect. This is a more realistic calculation and depiction of her damage compared to what we showed before. Obviously, damage numbers here are not crazy amounts, but certainly by wave 3, they get pretty decent as you get that Oberon spike there for the extra NP damage. And definitely this is going to be, easily able to be done against more effective enemies because these are just neutral numbers. So as you start looking towards, stuff like casters and everything, just expect this to basically double in terms of the amount of actual damage. We do also have a second scenario here where it's basically going to end up being Black Grail. Now, this is 2x Summer Scotty and an OG Scotty. So this is a third Scotty being added to the mix here, which means you have to have your own Summer Scotty for this to be the case. This one's going to be using a level 100 Black Grail, Neo Plug Suit, and obviously Andromeda and the Summer Scotties again. Here's your waves. Here's your NP levels. Again, neutral numbers here, assuming. So you can already see a little bit of a spike there by wave 3, as in the last slide, I believe it was 206k on wave 3. This is now 230. But there are some stipulations for this. And the first one is that this is only going to work from 0 if you can manage to hit at least 6 out of 18 overkill hits in wave 1 and wave 2. And this is against triple casters. So you must have triple casters and you must achieve 6 out of 18 hits. That is absolutely doable. It is not an impossible number, but you do need to be careful if the node, say, throws in a non-caster enemy, or the node basically throws in a really high health enemy that you're maybe not going to get the same amount of overkill hits from. In that regard, remember, there are some tricks you guys can do, including pre-carding your NP to lower an enemy's health to get more hits of overkill. Be careful. You don't want to make sure you accidentally, say, kill a low health enemy. That would cause quite a bit of a problem for you, as then you would get far less refund if you did that. So only pre-card if you think you can do so without killing. Again, remember, especially in like wave 2 and stuff, you're going to be rolling in with stars, particularly off the first Noble Phantasm, so be very, very careful as to how you do that. The second condition is that basically this is going to be somewhat only doable really in a 3-3X type of setup. So obviously if you get more than 3 enemies in a wave, that's going to be good, but for the first, 2 waves at least, you're going to need 3 set enemies, and they're going to have to be casters. So just be careful with that. You don't want to end up in a scenario where she can't. Now, some things to consider in that regard. Kind of a third bullet point that I'll add to this is that if you're in a challenge scenario, and if you'll remember, we talked about this with regards to her kit, you might find the ability to card coming into your advantage. This, say you may have break bars, you may have just a super high health enemy, so maybe you don't get all the amounts of overkill hits that you need, but you make up for it by virtue of carding. Similarly, you also might be able to make up for it by virtue of her getting hit with the effect on the second skill here, as that's going to get you up to 10% charge every time she's hit. So that can make do. And then the third possibility for this is that you could also end up basically being on a water side battlefield and getting the additional 5% gauge. Any one of these scenarios are something to watch out for, but almost all 3 of them are going to be challenge oriented. So if you find yourself in a challenge scenario, or the node just happens to be water side that you're farming on, maybe you could take advantage of this, but that's why it's going to be such a little bit of a game of numbers here and inches, if you will, kind of trying to get enough refund to be able to start her out from 0. So she's going to be risky if you want to try to Black Grail loop her, but it should be possible in some scenarios. Otherwise, if you want to play it safe, just go with the 50% C. It'll definitely work. Andromeda's numbers are absolutely not bad in that regard. Kind of giving you a easy comparison here to other quick riders. Just to give you an idea here. Here is Achilles' numbers, basically also against neutral targets. So really competitive at that point with sort of his best scenario against a, like Black Grail numbers that she was doing, or maybe even just slightly higher than the 50% numbers. Taigong Wang as well gets a little bit interesting as here. Again, both Achilles and Taigong Wang, these are assuming he has his 20% depends in order to be able to do this. They're basically the Black Grail comps here for Taigong Wang, and this is an NP2 variant down here. So you can see he kind of comes in a little bit less, but obviously he ends up having those really nice niches that can come into play. So again, Andromeda's not going to be a gotta have for most of you guys. Remember, there are other units that are applicable in this regard, including welfare units like Habatrot, like basically Christmas Nemo that you guys just got. So, but the other one I really want to show you guys here is going to end up being Summer Suzuka, because obviously she's 4-star. She just came out with the prior summer event on JP, and she's also AoE quick in terms of being a rider. The thing is, Summer Suzuka does have that possibility to potentially work out with Black Grail, so you can definitely see little bit of an interesting sort of setup here, as if you start getting into Black Grail numbers, even at basically just NP1, she starts to rival her. So in that regard, I'm going to say I do think that Andromeda could have probably used some sort of extra damage niche to help her out. Her damage numbers are not the greatest, but they're also not the worst in that regard. She's still at least competitive in field. And I think the devs are somewhat banking on you rolling for her because you really like the unit or find her attractive. At the end of the day, if you find that she's not strong enough, but you do really like her, feel free to go ahead and roll for her, because the devs probably will just end up buffing in the future. We have at least seen here early on in the years they've been on a good pace of buffing. So let's hope that that continues into the future. But again, totally up to you. It's your money, and I'm not going to tell you that you have to roll. But again, hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you guys think about Andromeda and her many ascensions, and I will see you guys for the next one. Good luck. Okay. Yeah, you definitely require certain things. I didn't want to have to go through all the bullet points for Suzuka. I did see that. Thank you for the write-up, but I was ready to be done with it at that point. Like, it's pretty clear to me, at least from the initial stages here, that Andromeda doesn't really hold up in terms of damage. That is, I think, the sad part about her. I think if they had made her a little bit more loopable, she would be definitely a lot more secure in using Black Grail, and that would at least make her more competitive, get you to that like 230 number that we were seeing there. But I think it's like, that's just going to be rough in terms of like trying to convince people to roll otherwise. I tried to be thorough. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. She's going to scale harder than others with class score. Yeah, that's one way to think about it. But like I said, it to me is a case of, I think she comes in a little underbaked, and I don't want to make her sound like she's bad. She's not, but she is definitely not the strongest rider, and she is definitely like kind of in the middle of that pack, and even being competed with, as you guys saw there, with like Suzuka. So definitely a concern, especially given all the really good welfare riders that we have. But it is what it is. Like I said, it's not like she's unusable or anything like that. She's definitely solid. So if you guys feel the need to, go for it. She'll be popular in her design alone. Yeah, I don't think the design is bad. I know it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. I do like it. I'm a little bit weirded out by the extra stuff there, but saw a lot of people splurging about the second ascension here. I do like it. I find the balloon tits a little weird, but it is what it is. She's got inflatable pontoons there. I do like this third form, though. It actually reminds me of my D&D character a little bit here. Very similar design with like a leotard and then like thigh-high boots. So really cool. And then obviously the actual final ascension art. Definitely tempting. The midriff, yeah. Her animations are really hot too. Yep. So, like I said, I think that's just the devs. They're banking on you rolling for her because she is attractive. And that's it, right? Like, they're natural. Listen. Chat. Like, it could be the angling, okay? It could be the angling, because that's kind of how they did it right here. But unless we are viewing her from like this level, this seems a little weird, right? Like it seems like it's more like round than anything. So I think it's like it's drawn appropriately, but it's giving an optical illusion by virtue of like the thin veil that they put over her bikini top, which is just weird and unnecessary. At that point, just put her in the bikini top. Like, why are you wearing a plastic cover over your bikini top? So that you don't get wet? Because it's see-through. So it's also not trying to prevent you from seeing. What do you think of the full version of the third ascension? I think it's good. I like it. She's wearing it for democracy. I know. You now have the urge to roll for her. Like I said, I like the design. If not for the fact of like on JP, like I'll probably consider rolling for her on NA. But JP, like my JP doesn't need her. My JP needs to save. So while I do enjoy the design aesthetic, I'm probably gonna punt. You perv? Listen, I look at these things. I'm a man. I'm allowed to. Okay. I know women don't like it when you stare at their boobs, and that's why you find clever ways to sneak a peek, right? Where you're just like you're doing one of these, where you're like you're over on the side, but then like you got that like that side, that peripheral vision, chat. Like it's kind of like being a pitcher, and you're about to do like a pickoff, and you're just sitting there, and you're like super serious, and you're focused ahead, but like the whole time out of your peripherals, you're seeing it, and you're just like, I know it's there. Don't tell the girls our secrets. Don't worry about it. And that's why you don't care what women think. Am I right? No, I care what women think. Like, I chat. You should definitely care what women think about certain things. Like, they're and to the same degree about men. Like, everyone should care what men think about certain things. Not about everything, though. Right? Like what? Don't worry about it. I'm not going to get into that. That's a hairy topic. All right, chat. It's time to go diving. I promised you that y'all would be entertained and kept company, and we're gonna do that. We're gonna keep y'all company for Valentine's Day. For democracy, yes. If it will ever boot, right? Are you more of a boob guy or an ass man? So I've said this before, and people always take it like to mean something weird, but I am an appreciator of the entire female form. Take that as you will. Except for maybe like feet. I don't know how I feel about
Super
feet.
Earth, our home.
Oh, Super Earth, chat. Sea and air, both great? Exactly. Both is good. It's literally the Emperor's New Clothes meme. Hello there.
Hello.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Is Steve joining us, or did Steve bail?
Steve collapsed in a heap on his bed.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
He was defeated by his dinner.
Ah.
The oxtails.
Enclosure has begun.
Wait, how do I invite to squad? Invite to squad. Do we have a fourth?
No.
Because I see an AP is offline. Eldorado meme, you mean? Yes. Wait, what did I say? Did I say the Emperor's New Clothes?
Allied destroyer has joined squadron.
Oh yeah, I need to finish.
What event? Oh, NA?
Valentines.
Well, good luck, Bob.
You have an hour and a half.
Yep.
I can do it. For America. Super Earth.
So chat, they did come out with some new super credit stuff. No, not that. This. I do find this really funny because this reminds me of the was it the Rangers from Fallout? God, I cannot think of their name all of a sudden. They were like really prominent in New Vegas and stuff.
The Desert Rangers.
No, it's not desert, is it?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah, the NCR?
The Desert Rangers and the NCR are separate. They got absorbed into the NCR, but it's a actual alliance.
This almost reminds me of like a Sentai helmet. God, that is such a huge suit of armor. I did already notice if you look at the tab info, like this is the exact same benefit as one of the other pieces that's out there. So like clearly not every piece of armor is going to be unique in the terms of its effect. But
it looks cooler.
Yeah, it would be.
What planet are we?
Well, at the current moment, we're on the bug planet, but let me see. My order is to kill 50 enemies using the orbital 120mm HE barrage, which I don't have unlocked.
Yeah, but
You just
me
got.
and Bob do, so we can cover it.
So if you guys kill it, it actually counts.
Yeah. The issue is it actually hitting because that thing has the accuracy of a stormtrooper.
Okay, so people told me that they wanted to go to Robot Vietnam.
Oh God, you guys are gonna get destroyed.
So, like, which one do I go to? Do we go to Urbania? Ubania?
Either one works.
Or Malvalon Creek? Go to Ubania.
One that just opened up. And that looks like a swamp.
Okay, so protect Liberty. This is just on medium.
This operation
so
would hamstring the enemy's capabilities.
Let me go change my
starting a
gear.
new
You
operation will abandon your currently active operation. We have a currently active operation?
Probably on the other planet where you got the second mission, but you can probably go ahead and skip it.
Does it matter?
Not really.
Okay.
Maybe lose out on a medal or two.
Initiating FTL jump to the Ubanea system.
The Ubanea system?
Choose an operation.
FTL jump successful.
Okay.
Hellpods primed.
Hellpods Prime.
Coordinates locked.
Did that bass drop every time? Okay, so we got 40 minutes. We have to verify the ore location. Do we want to like start all the way south?
Yeah, it's not first idea.
I usually just like working in one direction so that it's easy. Oh, also I have the DMR.
It's good against robots, actually.
Good, because it was not good against
Yeah.
against the bugs. It just ran out of ammo so fast.
The weapons actually have their different functions and uses.
Feels so epic.
Weapon customizations can be added to the game here in a few months to...
Can they add like armor customization? I mean, at least like the ability to die.
I think it was in the first one. I'd have to ask, but it's probably something else. They don't have any customization options quite yet. But it spawned me on the outside of map. Where am
Today,
I?
the light of liberty will grace the skies of this world once more.
Oh god, it's an ATST! Oh god!
Walker already? What the heck?
Oh, there's a Terminator with blades running at me.
Welcome to the rice fields.
Oh, what is that? Oh, what is that?
Oh God.
Okay, so this is basically the bug thing, Cad. Let me show you. So you got to throw grenades in the vents.
Okay.
Or strike.
Oh! The fabricator blew up and killed me. Not what I expected. The bug vents don't blow up like that.
Yeah, most robots blow up.
Are we supposed to like get people out of the cages? Oh no, they're just dead.
Calling down a support
support weapon.
Sending down support weapon.
Yeah, I'm bringing in my laser cannon. I've heard it's good against these fucks.
Anyone want to be my backpack mule for the recoilless rifle?
I do that.
Dropping item.
You guys have a Robert?
Bag's empty. Bag's empty.
How do I tell if this thing's gonna overheat?
I've never used this.
Because apparently this thing doesn't have to deal with ammo. Its only issue is like it degrades if it overheats.
Calling down supplies.
There it is. Yeah, again, if you guys haven't seen this, we played it on Monday. It's called Helldivers. It's doing actually really well, apparently, for like its projections. And so, oh. I don't know where the hell these things are coming from, though. Looks like we need to be heading east. Oh, wait, why are you orbital striking there?
It's all red.
Oh, well, there's a lot of red around, Bob.
Red is dead. Hello. Decent sized one.
Orbital inbound.
Okay, I got the turret.
They called in reinforcements. So you gotta kill the bots preparing the players, stop the dropships coming in.
I may be able to kill a. Where's my backpack?
Oh, yeah, you got the thing at least. I assume we don't find samples on this one, so is there something to pick up?
Backpack mule, load me.
Loading you.
I got away.
Yeah, this allows us to fire much faster, Bob, and we can take out big boys. You can take out their dropships too.
Say hello to my little... Oh, that thing has a fucking shield. Oh! Ow.
Minigun. Oh, hello.
Oh god.
Yeah, backpack guy.
He's coming at me with his shield and his fucking thing.
Oh, did you grab your supply? Where's
It's
my backpack?
like I have your supply thing.
Oh, it's bugged out.
Okay. They have like a weak point. Oh,
That was on me. Yeah, you just run around them in circles and shoot them in the back. They actually not that hard. They don't turn that well.
got him. Yep. You can shoot him from up high as well.
Same with the shield guys, just run around.
Yeah. Okay, they're all to us. Let's head this way. Yeah. Then we need to head like northeast.
Quite ready.
Murder robots. Yeah, we're basically fighting the Terminators. Why do I hear them behind us?
Radar? Radar.
Tactical asset near your position.
What is this? Activate. See SAM site. Oh yeah, we want to disable this.
I got the terminal. Calling in orbital strike.
This should help with drop pods.
Oh, perfect. I landed it right on the thing. Boom, baby! Oh, you can take damage from that. Interesting.
Oh, get out.
Hey, we got anti-air.
But yeah, this thing is nice just from the simple standpoint of I don't need ammo now.
As you can see, that thing is just...
Hey, there's something to our northwest here.
That's the main objective. Part one of the main objective. So.
Objective critical stratagem available.
Like here?
Yeah, you should be able. See how you have a seismic probe command now on your stratagems? Just do that to.
Oh.
Calling down objective equipment.
Do we have to like defend it or anything?
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
To our west.
I missed it. Okay.
Calling down a sentry. My life for super armed!
I put down a machine gun, so careful.
Hit it. We gotta activate it.
So it looks like the bots drop in as well.
Fire in the hole! For prosperity!
The long arm of justice.
Got it.
Oh shit, what the fuck?
It was the dropship that went boom.
I got the
Oh,
terminal!
okay. I think we just head north from here.
We gotta activate the probe first.
They already did.
Dropped it.
What does that drop ship just drop off? And why do I see these weird ass lines on my screen?
That is a
We'll see that
glitch.
as well.
Because that's the troops that are
Throwing
supposed to...
supply beacon.
Sending down equipment package.
I'm dropping a resupply over here.
One step closer to mission completion. Mission at 30 minutes remaining.
Okay, there's something over here to the west-northwest.
Oh god.
What? What?
Up and boom.
Calling in reinforcements.
Oh. Oh god, fucking Terminator's charging me.
Ready to liberate.
Oh! Oh, I dropped 2 samples. Jesus, that guy shreds. Oh, Bob, you're the only one up.
Fine.
Just run and call us if you can.
Reinforcing.
Incendiary reminds me of mine.
Bad Bob.
I didn't realize we'd have to come this way.
Democracy has landed.
Oh, what?
Oh. Cat's dying to the incendiary mines.
Yes, because I can't see them.
I know. Well, you have one person to blame for that.
I have seen people already saying, like, just don't use mines. They literally are, like, not good, and they basically only serve to kill your teammates.
On offensive missions like this, they are not good.
Yeah,
But, like, when you
the
have
only
to hold
thing
the
that I've heard that they're
perimeter-
good for is basically right before extraction, and I'm just like, yeah, but at that point it's not worth taking for something just to use once.
No mag.
By
Is
the
it a
way,
pod
this is
thing?
a giant warhead. Do not throw a grenade at it. It is a nuke.
Nuke, you
Over on my-
say?
Yeah, I mean, like, it will blow up a huge radius, so try not to blow that up. Well,
What you're saying is we need to, like, not fight near it?
Yeah, I'm gonna go throw my orbital strike on this one to the left. Someone
Yeah, I'll
handle
get the other one.
Requesting orbital strike.
I gotta get closer to check it, though.
That bounced way far. Okay.
Okay, it'll probably still hit.
Get that one.
Bot outpost spotted. Calling in orbital strike. Requesting orbital strike.
I got the edge of the camp.
Allied destroyer leaving squadron.
Oh no! We DC.
Requesting advanced weaponry.
Oh, Bob DC'd?
Bot outpost.
We're caught in the crossfire here. Oh my god, what the fuck?
Sentry. Good.
Jesus. DC, yeah, no, it was also like we pulled both camps because neither of our orbitals actually like landed square.
Danger close. Get out, get out, get out. It bounced off his head. Run. Oh, there it is.
Oh, that is way bigger than it looks. Holy
It
fuck.
is so inaccurate. It's just not shooting anywhere near the target. It literally hit nothing. That's the one we're trying to get killed.
Yeah.
Third time.
It's probably better against the bugs.
Last reload.
I've tried it against the bugs. The same thing. It's just so terribly inaccurate.
Wait, why did I reload that?
No mag.
Take this pod and try to destroy the base.
Found something.
More metals. Awesome.
Mag's empty.
Oh my god! I'm fighting with like no ammo! Fuck you! Jesus!
You said you didn't need it.
No, I literally was cycling through all my guns and went
Allied
back to the
destroyer
fucking
joining
laser.
squadron. Deploying Helldiver.
Calling down supplies.
I got supplies incoming. We should be heading west.
Calling in orbital strike.
Never shot it.
Throwing grenade.
Ow! Yeah, careful, that dude had a rocket.
Got it. Run!
Oh god.
God, that fucking walker is just fast.
Yeah. You said one. You can get. I don't think it has a melee. You just walk around its feet. It's not that big of a deal.
I got it. I just had to be able to get behind it. Was the issue. Wait, did we acquire the ore?
No, it's up north. It's up north.
Oh my god, dude! How much of a beating can those berserkers take?
A lot.
Like, I'm point blank blasting that thing with a laser in the face and it just runs through.
Ready to liberate.
Oh, my laser cannon should be somewhere around here. On the ground.
Requesting orbital strike.
Wait, what's the diligence? Oh, I think that's what I'm already using. It is.
Yeah, the diligence is the ammo.
Yeah, it's not that good. Like, it's okay, but I've heard the counter diligence is apparently way better.
I think the weapons just get better the further down you get.
Yeah. Well, kind of. Apparently the breaker shotgun is just considered to be the best.
Calling down objective equipment.
Oh my god. I still can't call him my laser. They seem much tankier than FGO berserkers. Indeed. Time to give all those Twitter bots a taste of freedom. Yeah!
Calling down a sentry.
The good news is I don't see any bots.
Turret does.
The turret.
Dropship right there does. Those guys.
Bag's empty.
Oh god.
New mag. I got the terminal.
Incoming, Bob.
Bag's empty.
Oh god. Like, they literally dropped off the drop ship right behind me and fried me as I was trying to flank them for you guys.
Request approved. Reinforcements on the way.
Point me to the enemy.
No! Oh god! What? There's so many of them!
Get the fuck out of here! Get the exfil!
I don't know where the exfil is, and at this point, I'm too afraid to ask.
Just
Bag's
run
empty.
south.
I can't run south. They're south.
Oh my god, stupid spores. Oh my god, I'm just getting flown spawned everywhere.
Why are there so many of them? I have no more stims.
I don't like Robo Vietnam. This is not very democracy.
Oh, look
Found something.
Bob, I'm spawning you in to help me with this spawn.
Calling in reinforcements.
Don't worry, I'm bringing them all. Oh god, they're spawning between you and me.
Alright, Bob, come on, let's get this vault.
Requesting sentry.
Deploying sentry.
Oh boy, super credits. Requisition super credits. Right. Run south. Run south. Why?
Well, at least the turret's getting a bunch of kills. God! I'm still just limping along. I'm bloodied as all hell with like no capability of healing.
Sample collected. Throwing supply beacon.
Extraction is available.
Back in that. That's it. I'm gonna get this last beacon over here. And we'll go south.
Good fly.
Yep.
Head towards,
New
don't
mag.
follow me, head towards the extraction. Just grabbing this beacon real quick.
Grab the other one, Bob.
Found something.
No, the
Bunch of super
thing had no fucking arms and was still running at us. Jeez.
Extraction point.
Alright, time to head for the exfil.
Found something.
Resources.
Requesting advanced weaponry.
I think we lost the murder bots for now.
Medals. Requisition slips. You see the blue or red crates just blow them up with a frag. Anyhow.
Yeah, I'm more worried about what I hear.
That was just me blowing a crate up.
No, you're not a synthesized voice talking.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
I'm not.
Yeah, okay, I definitely see some in the distance, so I think they spawned near us again. I think the game just does that because when I was, like, chasing you, Prophet, some of them spawned, like, literally right on screen for me, in between us.
Yeah, I had that with the bugs in a mission. That didn't happen the other day, though, so I think that may be bugged.
Well, it's probably just spawning based off, like, who's the closest to the objective or whatever.
You may proceed to extraction when ready.
My cloak is in tatters.
Expendable anti-tank. Alright, calling in the exfil.
You might want to hurry. We got company already.
Got 2 minutes.
Extraction request confirmed. Shuttle inbound.
Throwing incendiary mines up on that hill.
Oh!
Deploying minefield.
Good
Stand
spot.
clear.
Bag's empty.
Oh shit.
Requesting air support.
Attack underway.
Take that! Taste freedom! You fucking toasters!
1 minute and 30 seconds.
Bag's empty.
Oh god, that's horrible. That's too close.
I just want the kills for the objective, I'm sorry.
Liberty save me!
I got a machine gun turret incoming. Yeah! Oh!
T-minus 1 minute.
Suck it!
ETA T-minus 30 seconds.
Calling in orbital strike.
ETA T-minus 20 seconds. ETA T-minus 10 seconds.
Last reload. Requesting orbital.
This is Pelican 1. I have visual on the extraction zone. This is Pelican 1, preparing for touchdown. Pelican 1, preparing to depart. Shuttle launch in 20. Extraction complete.
There we go.
Pelican 1 beginning
With
ascent.
difficulty, this is just medium.
Really is easy.
It's not that bad, other than like certain moments where you get like somewhat overwhelmed. And I think
I'm
that's
just
just
saying there's like 6 other difficulties up above medium, which is
Yeah.
crazy.
we did it. Behold the glorious experience. That looks like we got everything. Still quite a bit of time to spare. Glorious victory. Wait, why didn't we get the full reward there? Did we miss an objective?
This is part 1, you get the other reward for doing the other quest.
I see. I didn't realize that.
Ah.
Does it scale per player count? It seems to at least some.
I'd say so, but man, playing solo, not really. It's much easier. So we all got the finger guns.
Yep.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Welcome back. Well done.
Okay, let me see. Modules unlocked. So I can finally unlock my donation access license. Increases the number of magazines included with each support weapon.
Basically drops it, instead of dropping at like half ammo, it drops at full ammo.
Yeah. I'm just debating if I should like save for something else. Targeting software upgrade. Reduces the deployment time for orbital stratagems by 1 second. That's not worth. Oh wait, the deployment time. Okay, sorry, I was thinking it was the cooldown time, and I was like, cooldown of 1 second on a 3-minute cooldown is fucking pointless, but actual activation? Yeah, that might be worth. That just means it comes in faster. I'll purchase that. I feel like the orbitals are usually the ones that get used the most, besides like the special stuff.
I think I'll take the cooldown on it.
Okay, and then... Page is locked until I spend 14 more medals. So... Wait, can I claim? Go.
Oh, I finished the daily. Nice.
Well, well, well.
Oh, that's why I got so many.
I was like, I'm sitting on a lot.
Wait, the indirect fire exercise one?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
Hit pause every, I don't know if you're keyboard or controller, but like escape or start, and
Yep.
you can see how much you have.
I am at 38 out of 50. That must just not have been nearby when some of them got killed.
No, me and Bob had some already before you joined. We did some rounds.
Wow.
I mean, I'll still use them
Helldiver.
to help you.
Take
Yeah,
the
As I
map.
said, I don't want to
Galaxy
stay on them for
Liberation.
long because they are so inaccurate.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Like, so do we want to continue with Robot Vietnam, or do we want a different one?
Probably for the next level to get the second level bonus. That being said... Shh.
Yeah, see, I didn't even have it unlocked. I guess I'll unlock it, just so I have it, but... in case it goes like, hey, you need to do this again.
Knight of Gold.
Yep.
Not the profit of family values.
Is that what Prophet picked?
No, I'm the prophet of destruction.
Because I still like the
First
Fist
one.
of Family Values.
Profit made fun of my first shit.
What was yours?
Only
The Song of Peace is sung with bullets and cannon fire.
Okay, so this one's also 40 minutes.
it also seemed kind of
Hellpods
wordy. Like, you say so myself.
Engaging orbital thrusters. Orbit synchronized.
What's going on? We start robots again.
Yep, robots. This time it's sabotage supply bases.
Is it 12 minute or 40 minute?
40.
Yeah.
Just send us in on the south. Gonna fire my laser. Actually, I'll try out the anti-material rifle. Gatling Sentry. Do I want napalm? Yeah, napalm.
Launch initiated.
Napalm against robots, not the best.
Listen, you want another 120 HE strike?
Kinda. I mean, I don't, but
Right, like it's... I figured better to at least have something different.
If a person goes to see dive again.
Something that's not on the same cooldown or something, I don't know.
And again. And again.
so each of the only thing that's shared cooldown is the yellow ones.
Yeah.
All your other ones are individual.
Okay. Just make the bot's CPUs overheat before shutdown, that's true. Okay, so there should be one right here to the northeast.
That we spawn right next to.
Always.
Wrong orbital.
Defend democracy.
And maybe a bit too far away. Just run
Oh
this
god!
up.
Oh, okay, I thought that was the HE strike. Wait, how did that...
Okay, hello.
Oh my god. This sucker kicks.
Bag's empty. Bag's empty.
I got him.
Alright, rocket.
I don't know that we need this area, which is weird.
I don't know. Looks like it's
something.
Well, I'll throw in an orbital strike.
Yeah, it's
Firing
the
orbital
Sam.
strike.
Which helps, so we will take it.
Yeah, it seems like almost all the robots out. Shooting them from behind is the best course of action.
Onto the terminal.
Engaging terminal.
A break action shotgun? Is one of you holding that?
No, it's,
No, that's what map's on. I think that's like the only one you actually can't get naturally.
it's also a support weapon, so and it's not very.
We got robots coming in from the
I'll
north.
handle the terminal.
Oh, motherfucker, jump! Ow. Killed by burning. Burning, how dare you?
Reinforce.
Yes, just please don't throw me down there at the robots.
I doubt about it. There's a supply thing over there.
Ready to liberate.
Where'd my gun go?
Orbital incoming.
I hate that you can't, like, pick up the ammo from the gun that you drop.
Orbital strike. New mag.
Can I shoot a dropship?
Orbital inbound.
Yes, you can.
Some of these cases, I have no idea if the hits are registering or if they're... Oh, God.
Calling in orbital strike.
Dude, what? Oh god, that's a mine. Hello. Up to you, kid.
What? Oh.
Calling in reinforcements. Reinforcing.
Oh my god, dude! What is that fucking burning? Like, I lived through the explosion and then died to the burning effect. Even with a stim pop.
What is killing me? Soul Raider? What is going on?
Requesting orbital
It's
strike.
randomly getting exploded.
Careful, it's danger close for whoever's reinforcing.
Out of ammo.
You have to blow up this thing somehow. No.
Eh. Are you sure we have to
Never
blow it
done.
up?
It says destroy fuel reserve.
Oh, that's a mine, isn't that?
need ammo.
I don't know how to blow this up.
My anti-material rifle's out of ammo, so... And my orbital strike is on cooldown. I got napalm, but... Let me try it. Get away from the silo.
Sending in an eagle.
Oh, God, there are mines everywhere.
Yep.
Calling in
It's odd because it's
reinforcements.
just not blowing up.
Your backpack's still over here.
I just can't get it to blow up. I don't know what's going on.
Careful, careful. I blew up the other mine that was here.
Reloading.
Need
I
help?
think it's bugged. That we should definitely be blowing this up.
I got an orbital. Let me try.
Calling in
Yeah, I've
orbital
sent
strike.
several orbital.
Oh my god! Dude! Dude, game! No, game!
Not today!
Oh my god, what? Jesus, yeah, I can't
Maybe
get it to
try
work.
blowing up this building. I'm gonna try blowing up this thing. Here. Yeah, hold on.
Freedom requires firepower.
Did bring an origin plug.
We got chicken walkers
New
coming
mag.
in.
This is the fuel supply.
Dropship.
There's gotta be something we're missing.
Or it's bugged.
Yeah, I feel like it's bugged. This should be blowing up.
H? What do you mean H?
There's a hell bomb. And I'm gonna get the fuck away from.
Oh, it's a hell bomb? Oh god!
Wait, how bad is that?
Nope. Oh god, okay, we have to detonate. Christ.
Last
Let's say
reload.
that's not good. I don't want to do
How do I
that.
detonate it?
We're gonna probably do it console.
Killed by
Oh, yeah, here it
burning.
is.
Reinforcing.
Oh, 10 seconds. Okay.
Ready to liberate. Found something.
Mission at 30 minutes remaining.
Dude, what is that burning effect? I'm so tired of whatever it is. Behind us. There we go.
Oh god, it's the OP turret.
Oh, okay. Well, I was killed by the fabricator, apparently. I just feel like I'm just sucking up all the deaths here. It's fucking wild.
Oh, I died quite a bit too.
Yeah, but we're just caught between all of these things.
Now we know how to blow up the thing. We spent a lot of time just dilly-dallying.
Dude, what hit him? Holy shit! Game!
Probably only saw 30.
Oh my god, dude, what the fuck? Jesus. I feel like I'm constantly surrounded on all sides.
The robots. They are a whole nother beast.
Last reload. How about a nice cup of liver tea?
Come on, kid. Calling a resupply. Drop it.
Yeah, thank you. I do need it.
Grenades. Actually, grenades.
Oh, you had time to throw grenades?
Yeah, I run out the bullshit button.
Do you only need one grenade to blow up the fabricator or two?
One.
Okay.
You'd have to get it inside the hole.
Okay, I shot the guys on the gunner turret, so we should be good with the base behind us. Why are we spreading out? I think this is also the issue, is we have not been together.
I mean, I've been trying to catch up with Frog.
I'm just pushing towards objectives.
New mag.
You shot my backpack cat, and it
I did
caused
not.
me to blow up. I just saw it on the stream.
Yeah, I did not. You straight up got sliced in half.
No, you shot my backpack. It says you killed me through explosion, and it caused me to blow up. I didn't even know it was a thing, though. That's funny.
Loading. New mag.
Grenade.
Ah!
New mag.
Another grenade. I hate watching the dude like aim the fucking nade launcher.
Oh, contact mine.
Out of ammo.
How am I already out of ammo on my main weapon?
You back up,
Mag's
Ken?
empty.
I want to blow you up.
Yeah, back up. Run through a fucking minefield with no goddamn ammo.
Here, this one up.
Calling in reinforcements.
Request approved. Reinforcements have been launched.
Reinforcing.
So activate this. Let's see if this works. I'm gonna back up.
Hellbound on. Clear the area.
Back up, back up, back up. Do not go.
I literally have no ammo.
That was the Hellfire.
What is it?
Yeah.
You gotta take this? I have no ammo? I have not been able to call in a resupply.
There's a resupply.
Thank you.
Out of ammo.
Request approved. Reinforcements on the
We're
way.
at 3.
Requesting advanced weaponry. Join the fray.
Through Grenados.
Oh my god, what was that? Oh my god, stop!
We're super hard. Dropship. Requesting orbital strike.
You're close. Woohoo!
Calling down a support weapon.
Liberty return. Locked and loaded.
Kill them all!
All in the nuke here. Get ready to get the heck out of this place. I'm bombing it. Then we head to extract. We only have 3 lives left. Get ready. Get out of here. Run.
Where is get out of here? Like,
Anywhere but here. Just run.
Why did it only get 2 of them?
Democracy has been well delivered.
so there's still one to the west.
I mean, yeah, I have the reinforcements, but I mean, we can try.
Just
See
play
if
it
I can-
safe. We got plenty of time, so.
Calling down a sentry.
I got a sentry coming in.
Throwing grenade.
Alright, go that way. Minefield everywhere. Alright, we're good. We got it. We good.
Yeah.
Let's head towards the extraction.
Oh god, there's a bunch to our right. Dude! I have to like dive sometimes because I just get slowed repeatedly.
Yeah, the dive actually breaks slows.
And I'm also just perpetually out of stamina.
Don't go that way. There's a patrol. Go around.
So it's like I'm always the one getting shot at, I think, because I'm the slowest of the 3 of us.
Now we can get the final thing over here.
Yeah, a little bit. Y'all need to like not just book it and actually cover me some.
Requesting sentry.
I do not have any ammo on me. Well, I have some in my primary.
Throw a resupply ahead of us if you can.
Calling down sentry.
Alright, that's last objective over there. Does anyone have some big booms?
I got an orbital.
Yeah, I have one.
You may proceed to extract action when ready.
Calling in orbital strike.
Got it right on it. Let me grab that resupply. Fuck.
Got them all. Head for evac. It's up here.
Ow! What the fuck?
I'm gonna just call in the evac now.
Yep, do it.
Calling down fortifications.
Bob's got a bunch chasing him.
Hello to democracy!
2 minutes.
My life for super art!
Jesus, that was close to me dying.
Calling down a sentry. Calling down a sentry.
Gotta throw a sentry here so it just covers us from all angles.
Got some.
AT minus 1 minute 30 seconds.
New mag.
Careful, that's danger close. Yeah, I dropped the fucking... They shot me and I dropped the orbital strike in my hand.
That's empty. Calling down fortifications. Requesting air support.
AT minus 30 seconds.
That's empty.
AT minus 20 seconds. AT minus 10 seconds.
That's empty.
This is Pelican 1. I have visual on the extraction zone. Pelican 1.
We all still alive?
Yep.
I actually dove behind the ATST and fucking shot from behind.
Nice.
Pelican 1 preparing to depart.
Woo,
20
baby!
seconds. Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
God damn. Yeah, the robots feel way more dynamic than the bugs. And I think it's just because they can shoot you rather than like having to run up to you in most of the cases.
Oh, this difficulty's nothing. If you go up to the higher difficulties, they get artillery strikes. They can call in artillery.
Yeah.
They have
I don't like
anti-air
this.
systems.
I don't like how that sounds.
They have tanks that they can utilize.
Yeah, that's what apparently the anti-material rifle's really good at, just killing tanks. So. But I definitely don't like the fact that, like, it has to be reloaded and it runs out quite a bit. Like, I tried using it on the Berserkers and it just does not shred them, or I don't seem to know what the Berserker's weak point is.
I think the Berserkers just have... You just hit them, like, and they'll...
Berserker's torso's the weakness.
I was gonna say, I assume it's always the head is weak, but, like, Yeah, it seems like the glowing parts of them also work.
Yeah. If I can get it prone with that machine gun and just, I can line them up and it wrecks them, but it's terrifying.
Yeah. I definitely agree with that.
A lot of dead bots down there. Good job.
Okay, I don't have enough to buy any more stratagems, so I don't need to worry about that. Oh, I still have the indirect fire exercise. We didn't kill anything. I said it may be better against the bugs.
God, that thing sucks.
It really do, though. Yeah, how was... So the other one that I got was also medium armor. Oh no, it was heavy. It reduces recoil when crouching or prone, provides resistance to explosive damage. Yeah, I'm beginning to feel like I need... I don't know. I still think the medium armor is arguably the most balanced, right? Actually, let me see.
I rock light armor because I just like running around the map. Oh, you want the machine pistol, Cat?
I do.
Yes, that thing shreds. It's a very good backup.
I've heard it's like shit for ammo, though.
Yes, it is, but that thing will kill a lot of things really fast.
Hmm.
It's the same damage as the pistol, but like the fire rate's 1200 on it. It has 30 round mag. Like a little burp gun.
Yep. Yeah, I still haven't bought any of the grenades either. And I've only bought the one
other
marksman
grenade's
rifle.
just not as good. The first one's better. But yeah, that machine pistol's just a straight up upgrade from the starting pistol.
What's up, Gruffles? Do a max Theseus account? I see.
Now we can go back to bugs.
Yeah, go for it, Gruffles. Okay, so you want bugs. Which one do we want to do?
Probably not heat or cold.
So Meridia. Another hand touches the bacon.
This operation is complete. You have served democracy well.
FTL jump to the Meridia system. FTL jump successful.
Actually, I'm going to switch off the DMR and then go back to the standard assault rifle. Since we're up against the bugs.
I'm gonna try out the defender.
The defender? Does that mean you'll be defending me?
Oh god.
Waiting for other players. Purge hatcheries. Looks like we need to start out here.
Here.
Just so we don't miss it. Okay, don't forget we actually need to do the fucking barrage.
I mean, I was using them last game. It's just it didn't get anything.
Which is hilarious if he got 0 credit for it.
Maybe it has to be me. I don't know.
I'll take the grenade launcher.
Hellpod launch initiated.
That's a whole lot of trees I see. 9 out of 10 doctors agree that a wound to the chest will make you bleed out if unattended. What about the 10th doctor?
He's a physicist.
He was the one that was shot.
He's the dentist.
All the galaxy looks to you for salvation. Let nothing stand in the way of liberty.
Calling down support weapon.
Destroy segs.
Oh, we're right next to a hatch.
Yep. I always drop us next to him.
No mag.
Eat it, ass face. God, I so love just getting routinely hit.
Kill the winged ones. They're too fast. They outrun you.
Let's reload!
Okay, so we head north then.
Here.
Super credits.
I love super credits. There's grenades there too. Machine gun
Low
bags.
visibility. On the bright side, I don't have to worry about giant mines that instant kill me. It's mines that slow.
I mean, I just get slowed apparently walking through brush. To our north. Oh, someone died.
Walk in front of my gun.
I was walking first. I was just ready to shoot, but okay.
No, no, no. I think I was firing first.
No.
Grenade launcher?
That's mine if you want it.
No, take it, it's fine.
I can just spawn in another one.
I have a machine gun.
Someone grab that thing, right?
The sample, yeah.
Oh boy. Go dive.
Calling in orbital strike.
That's my 120. Let's hope it hits something.
Well, it hit me.
But does that
or
count
Bob
as a kill?
hit me.
Does that count as a kill if it kills us?
Good question. I don't know.
Ready delivery. How'd you like the taste of freedom?
Only got 23 of the 50. Oh god.
Bag's empty.
Dude, I swear, sometimes the game just does not reload when you tell it to.
No, that is accurate.
No mag. Reinforcing. Feels good.
Request approved. Reinforcements have been launched.
That's empty. No mag. Reloading.
Yep. Hello, Jay. Oh. Catch you later, King. Alright, I thought you were waving because you were coming in, not telling King goodnight. Oh, alright.
Last reload. Out of ammo.
Oh, the big boy nest. Holy.
Throwing supply beacon. Bug outpost.
Sending down equipment package.
I got a resupply coming in. Let me call in my my orbital. Oh my god, dude. Fuck this goddamn Konami code. Also, you guys might want to get clear.
No mag.
Where was that supply beacon?
Back over here by me.
Did you get any kills, Ken? Positive.
I don't think so. I'm at 42 out of 50, so I've only gotten 4.
Awesome. Falling in resupply. No one shotty shells.
There's a resupply over there.
Oh no, where?
Right here.
Oh, yeah, that works too.
Hello,
Zim. Oh my god, the fucking...
Plants.
Yes! Are we headed southeast?
Yeah.
I have a minute on my resupply pack and one more charge.
Got space for one more? We do, but this may be last mission. In fact, it probably is, just based off the duration. At least last for me. I don't know if Prophet will keep playing.
I'm an old man. I have to go too.
I was about to say I have to go to bed. I got work.
Same.
Bug outpost spotted. Prepare to exterminate.
Yeah, check in the fucking HE if you got it.
Reloading.
Hello.
Here to spread freedom.
Hey, you should be able to join off of us. I think you can come into an improv.
Bug tunnel breach.
Buddy.
Oh my god.
Time to danger closest 120. Maybe that will get actually kills. I throw it right on my foot. I found a vault over here, by the way.
Gotta fix this liberty for...
I'm gonna beat you from behind, Bug. Gatling sentry. Someone threw in their Gatling sentry there.
Here.
Good.
Found something.
Well, it do be appearing to work, because I guess they came from behind us.
Anyone want to help me with the ball photo?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to wait out on my barrage and throw it into the objective here. Hopefully it'll kill something. Dear God. This is like one of the worst dailies ever.
What's your daily?
Kill 50 enemies with the 120mm HE barrage.
Oh. Can't hit anything.
Yeah, it's just wildly inaccurate.
Let's see what we got. Medals, requisition slips, Nice.
Requisition beam.
Bug outpost spotted.
That's a
Orbital inbound.
active galley.
Yes! Eliminated by explosion! It was worth it. I think I got it done because it just said acquired something.
See the second.
Nope, 47 out of 50. I still need 3 more kills.
I gotta.
Fuck
anyone
me.
wants to come over here, I got another ball.
You just had a lot trying to eat your Daijo booty there.
I know, right?
Yeah, you can come back after I clear it.
Requesting orbital strike. Throwing grenade.
Okay.
Requesting orbital strike. Fire in the hole.
Wait, that didn't blow up the hole?
How about a nice cup of liberty?
What the fuck? That must be like not going in.
Yep.
Bob, do you still have the 120?
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw it in there.
Get out of here.
You got Zin's next to the other secondary, the radar.
Gonna call down resupply.
Orbital inbound down a sentry. Bug tunnel breach. Calling down a support weapon sentry.
Still at 47. Oh my god, I can't even pick up my fucking machine gun! Dude! Go away! God.
Last reload.
Yeah, let's move.
You say let's move. I just finally got my machine gun. It took all of that just to get it.
Makes it sound cute.
Here. Engaging terminal. First one. Northwest.
You went the longer way, so just keep going. Keep going, just keep going, just keep going.
Requesting
keep
orbital.
going.
Sorry,
Stop.
danger close. That's the HE.
Southwest.
You still gotta kill the egg clutches.
Wait, did I do it? I don't see the thing when I hit escape.
Then you did it.
Thank God.
Oh, cool. Does it count for me as well?
It might.
I have 8 out of 50.
Dropping a pin.
And I sure I didn't equip.
Anyone got a resupply?
I have some ammo.
Thank you.
I don't have it. Well, it's 1 minute on my supply pack.
Just reloading my machine gun. We should have already gotten most of the
Throwing grenade.
most of the
We
eggs.
didn't get them all. That's right.
Yeah.
You have accomplished liberty.
Funny, because the thing I'm shooting was making a squishing noise, like I was shooting an egg, but it was not an egg.
Tagging map. West.
Must have just been a turd.
Calling down supply.
Yeah. Wait, are we just on extract now?
I mean, we got time if you want to go loot.
I think there's one to the, like, southeast of us.
No, we got the recon beacon so that it'll actually ping everything in the map.
Yeah, everything's currently pinged on the map. Back out using LB on your map, you can see that's a vault right there on my mark. You need 2 people to go to that. That'll probably have good loot.
Someone wants to go there. I can go grab.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
welcome.
Bob, you
I'll
go
go
with
grab
them.
these ones over here.
Extraction is available.
Because I'm not fast. That's the problem. I'm realizing y'all are much speedier than I am.
So yeah, you need 2 people to go on the pink mark. That's a vault.
Oh god damn.
Heavy armor cat?
No, I'm just medium, but they're both light.
Oh, I'm medium.
Why? I was gonna say, why is it playing boss music? What the fuck? Supply pad. Now I too have the power of bomb. Bug breach detected.
The only problem with that is you can't refuel someone else, or you can't refuel yourself.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just getting overwhelmed for no fucking reason.
New mag.
The cat literally just go, why do I hear boss music? Yes. Also, is there a way to like turn on a flashlight?
Guns have it. Big auto. Default.
Go to this last south one. You 2 go to the pink objective. Get the vault.
Yeah, Bob and I.
I'll go check this last one and get at extraction.
Mission at 20 minutes remaining.
Listen, you
That's
say
the
meet
one.
me.
Oh,
I'm
God,
headed
there's-
towards you and have been the whole time.
Bob, we head north.
Yeah. There's a lot of shit to the north of us.
Wait 10 seconds.
Been slowed for permanent. Huh?
Are you wounded?
No, I'm not.
Let's say, like, if you get a leg wound and stuff,
Oh,
sometimes I think it does.
Not to walk in front of her.
I didn't realize it was gonna go off. Like I thought it was done.
Nope, it keeps going till it runs out of ammo. Right.
Yep.
Bolt over here, Cat.
Well, about that.
Never destroy our way of life.
I'm busy shooting fish in a barrel.
Yeah, I got a bolt on my buster after you guys get that one.
Oh, what is that noise? Oh, why did more spawn? Okay, I'm definitely coming your way, Prophet.
Requesting sentry.
Okay, I see the beacon at least. I see you.
I'm on it. Last reload.
You may proceed to extraction.
Oh, I picked up a pack that has like nothing in it. Sweet. I'm just wearing a cosmetic pack.
That's out of. It's my backpack, but it's out of it.
That's out of 2 medals. Nice.
There's an anti-material rifle in there.
Alright. Now we can head to extraction. Let us go.
That's for sure.
I wish the material rifle was good.
It's good against vehicles. It's particularly the robots. The railgun I've heard is just the best thing in the game, but it's also like the last thing you unlock.
Yep, it.
Requesting jetpack. Requesting fortification.
Fall on the extraction.
Requesting advanced weaponry.
Just don't call any secondary mines. Outside of it. Which side is safe? I don't know.
The side you're coming on? Like, the one that is going red? Not so.
Extraction shuttle inbound.
Going down a sentry. Going down a sentry. Requesting sentry.
See, this is a fun extraction. We have the high ground.
Calling in orbital strike.
Oh god damn it.
That's okay. And your supply pack.
There's a full one.
Oh no, your guns.
The second time now. Stop walking in front of it.
No, I got flown into it.
Oh.
Someone grab my pack, so.
They're coming up here on this side. Oh god.
Tunnel breach.
Yeehaw!
For prosperity. Last reload.
Oh my god!
Called in the 120 on
Me!
Calling in reinforcements.
Grab the things before you get out.
What do you mean? I'm literally reviving each of you. What?
The fucking eggs.
It literally one hit, triple hit all of you.
Pelican 1 preparing to depart. Shuttle launch in 20 seconds.
Shuttle departing in 10.
Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning
That
ascent.
map with the bugs gives me nightmares. More so when you're in the green fog and can't see the insects until they're right in front of you. Yeah.
Maintained our way of life.
It's I think that's my only complaint is I wish that the game had like I guess better visibility at certain times, but I get why they do it.
Well, the jungle specifically has low visibility
Yeah.
conditions. That's like its niche.
Like visibility. In
Well,
this game
you
is,
say
like,
that, but like the first couple maps I played on were all on that one like map, and it's like dim. It's very difficult to see.
Oh,
Period.
yeah, like that's they definitely were intended. That's very intentional in the game development.
Yeah.
Like all the things that
But
scatter
stuff.
something into the air. Oh yeah. Level up.
I see Zen's been no lifing.
A little bit.
What's the name of your ship, Zen?
Harbinger of Serenity.
Uh-huh.
Questions why his name is square, 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 square.
It's redacted.
What did you think it was? Pride of Pride?
No. I just wanted to know.
The fist of family values.
Yeah.
Still, I'm like,
Super
God.
destroyer.
Requisition me.
Let's just.
Oh, because I
Look at
got
your
the daily
friendly
done.
Fire damage, Cad. You did 3,800 friendly fire.
Yeah!
Nice.
Mission accomplished.
That's what we're looking for.
We need to know that we can count on you to have our backs. I had your backs and your fronts and all parts of you.
Had you all over the place.
I love that I turned around, saw the 120 strike come down, and just saw 3 skulls appear. I was like, oh no.
Okay, now, Cat, what would have happened if you had 4 skulls?
That would have been
We all
that
would've spawned
definitely would have been bad, right?
You can't wipe unless you're at a wise. Like, it'll just spawn us all back in at the start.
Yeah.
Like, wherever we deployed, it'll spawn all 4 of us.
I assume the defender submachine guns poo-poo.
It's actually pretty good. You can actually run and gun with it. So, like, you can look behind, shoot behind you with it.
I was using it in that one. It was pretty.
But it has niches.
Hellpod space optimization booster?
When you start off with more stims and grenades.
Oh.
Yeah, you start off with full magazines, grenades, and stims.
Oh, that
on
was the
mission.
thing Steve was talking about then. Yeah, but I could get this really cool orange armor that I have no idea what it does.
The orange armor's good because it gives you extra grenades. It gives you 2 extra grenades. So it's actually pretty solid.
It's medium, isn't it?
Yeah.
Then I can have the orange cape and I can become Florida Man.
Is orange the color of Florida?
Yes. Quite literally. Okay, though, guys, that's going to be it for me tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me see who I'll be on.
Zoof.
The Zoofer's online. Well, then I shall send you guys Zoofer's way. Looks like Zephyr be doing some raiding. I think it's 5481 is his string. Yep.
That's it.
It's pretty bad when I know that off the top of my head. Anyways, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll be back tomorrow. No Helldivers tomorrow, but I'll probably try to find some time to fit more Helldivers in on the weekend. Because I haven't had enough time to actually like sit down and play the game. I just basically get to do like 1 or 2 missions every time. So, but we do have Infinite Wealth tomorrow, so we'll be continuing on with that. And obviously, we got the JP event still ongoing, so hope to see you guys again tomorrow. Go give Zephyr my love, and have a good evening.
Oh no, some jabroni.